We're here. We're back. It's time. It's this guy. Who's, cutting his hat still perfectly matches his scar on his face for whatever reason. We don't ask questions. Well, actually, no, we ask a lot of questions all the time. That's kind of how the game works. We are constantly asking questions like, who are you? Those are some interesting implements you use, Mr. Gusto. Oh, that's right, he's this guy. He tried to make a dragon, but it looked like a seahorse. Chicken! Sugar blowing pumps. They put air into the sugar. Oh, they're so cool. It's like watching a sword master do his thing. I'm no master. The day goes by that I don't hurt myself one way or another. That's why I wear red. That way, it doesn't matter when I make a mess. It's like Deadpool. You can't tell I'm bleeding if I'm wearing red. The way of the confectioner is a lonely one. You never stop learning, not until you die. The way of the confectioner sounds like a long one, too, if he's still injuring himself on a daily basis. What can you tell us about the contest? Based on what we've seen so far, flavor doesn't seem to be the only criteria at play, and VC Face keeps crashing. Why are you doing this to me? No, like legitimately, why? You don't have a problem for fucking ever, and then all of a sudden, VC Face goes, no, I don't want to work anymore. And it's like, I haven't set up new things, so I don't have to use you anymore yet. Boo! And the contest was Tangaroa's idea. It's about art. Confectionery as art. Confectionery as art. Art you can eat. Every part of it. Every single item in this room is edible. The whole place does kind of smell like chocolate. Tangaroa is a genius. A once-in-a-generation talent. Flavor and flair. He has it all. And if you can't outdo the god of confections himself, you can't win. I don't know, man. Beating out the greatest in the world seems kind of hard, yeah? As it should be. Whoever beats him becomes the greatest in turn. That's the Rio's prize here. Nothing else matters. So you're competing for a title, effectively, and a treasure. The ultimate cookbook. Tangaroa's most prized possession. If you want to know more, it's all written down here. It's a list of rules that was given out to contestants. What do they say? The ultimate cookbook, the title of world's greatest confectioner. Rules. Judging will proceed clockwise from the leftmost room. All contestants to gather in Mr. Tangaroa's room when judging ends. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decoration. Stands and display materials will be provided. Contestants may not enter another contestant's room until judging has been completed. Oh, that doesn't seem like a good thing for our client. That sounds bad. But, well, we're pretty sure he's innocent, so... Sorry, I don't know much about what happened. I only heard about it after the judging was over. How was the judging organized? It started at 3 p.m. Tangaroa began making the rounds around the riding. Do we know when the guy died, or was found? I don't remember. He left his own room, then worked his way around the venue clockwise. My creations were the first to be judged. After that, he went to Scone's room. Yes, she's another one of the contestants. What can you tell us about her? Ruthless. Brutal. There's nothing she wouldn't do to win. Like killing Frost? Would she have killed Frost? Do we have our suspect already? She was working with Kareem. Some kind of dreamscape. Then, last of all, Frost's room. This thing was flavored ice. Sculptures this time, more so I heard. Bound found the body, while Tangaroa was still making the rounds. She panicked, ran to call the cops. Tangaroa went right on judging, claims he didn't know a thing about it until afterward. Went ahead and looked over the victim's work, even though the guy was nowhere to be seen. Pretty suspicious behavior in anyone's book. I don't have enough information to challenge him on that yet. By the way, Detective Bad, what were you and Mr. Gusto talking about earlier? I was going to ask about the piece on the wall here, the one in the frame. Seemed like something was off. Which one? Can we take a look? There's a handprint on it! Would you look at that? That's a pretty obvious handprint that's not supposed to be there. Feels pretty damn clear. Thought I'd better ask somebody who knows about the stuff. But then you bozos showed up and pulled me away from my important work. First, we can take a closer look at it together. Can't take a hint, can you? Mr. Gusto, would you mind helping us out? And of course! Confectionery is my life. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Ah, yes, my very important question is, what's with the handprints? Are these finger marks? Yeah, but we don't know whose yet. Still haven't figured it out. No fingerprints, no ID. Finger marks without prints. They could certainly be important to the case, which also means someone was probably wearing gloves, but of course they were. Makes sense to me. That's a real head scratcher, all right. Not really. I'm guessing whoever it was wore gloves. Oh, where's your sense of romance, of adventure? There doesn't tend to be much of either at a crime scene, Eddie. Who knew you could make a picture this pretty out of chocolate? Samson really is a god among men. Is it really made out of chocolate, though? Looks far too much like a regular illustration to me. You have good eye, I'm impressed. That's no piece of candy. That's the ultimate cookbook. The ultimate cookbook? In other words, the grand prize. What? So it's not made of chocolate after all? No, the book is simply framed in some. Tangaroa showed it all to us when he gathered us here to explain the rules. So that our participants knew that the grand prize was in this room the whole time. Anyway, you see it too, right? The frame. Something's missing. Ah, the oddity Detective Bad was going to ask Mr. Gusto about. Alright, Detective, something is missing from this frame. So it's not just me. Huh? What's missing? I'd better show Eddie which part of the frame is missing some chocolate. You know, I actually have no clue, not a damn clue what could be missing. It's a darn shame that I can't figure it out on my own. I guess I'll just press wildly randomly somewhere.
Take that!
Look at the decorative work in the corner here. Something's missing, no? Oh yeah! It's different from the other side. That's not like Tangaroa. His balance is all wrong. But that's not all. Take a look around. Every confection in this room is missing some small bit. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I guess we couldn't really get a close look at it because the wheel over there is missing a bit of the handle as well. I can't tell from the map yet. Or from the ship. You're right. The candle holder, the nautical stuff, they're all like that. Did somebody deliberately damage them? Also didn't notice the candle. It's a very good question. Or did Tangaroa just want it to look like somebody messed with his work? He'd never do that to his own creations. Never! Could this have some deeper meaning for this case? Achoo! Are you alright, Eddie? Please don't sneeze on the confections. These are still edible. Yeah, but it sure is chilly in here. Yes, it wasn't exactly warm out in the fountain room either. It's even colder in here. Would you like to borrow my jacket? No! I'm fine. And besides, you said you'd give it to me when I finally got my attorney's badge. But then you died before you ever had a chance to give it to me. So, I don't... Oh, that's why he still carries a coat around, but he don't wear it. I did, didn't I? Why do they have the heat down so low? And the chocolate needs to be kept at the right temperature. Take a look behind the panel on the wall. What panel? Look at that! It was here this whole time. And there's one in the edge of the contest rooms. Tangaroa hid them so they wouldn't spoil the aesthetic of our works. And what do the controls do? They adjust the temperature and the lighting. It goes all the way down to minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit. Cold enough to keep any confectionery from melting. So in effect, each room is a giant freezer. Which could also alter the time of death. Hey, it's 59 degrees in here! No wonder I'm cold! Hey, Detective Bad, you mind if we turn it up a little? Preservation of the crime scene is the foundation of detective work. Well, I'm not a detective! Same goes for attorneys, Eddie. We must never disturb the scene of the crime. Ugh, get used to the cold. It's all part of your training. Chocolate needs to be kept between 59 and 65 degrees. There's no way around it. You know the temperatures by heart, huh? Guess it is your job. And to the very least, I should know. Any real confectioner should be able to tell you that and more. Alright, what about lollipops and cream? If it's not too hot or too humid, a lollipop should be fine just about anywhere. The cream needs to be kept at around 50 degrees. Need to watch out in the heat for humidity, huh? Duly noted. Detective Bad kind of brightened up when he was talking about lollipops, didn't he? I suppose he must be very fond of them. After all, it's literally all he has one in his mouth, literally 24/7. Do you think he's an ex-smoker of some kind? That'd be my guess. Well, you know what? Habits like that are hard to break, and I'm glad to see that he found an alternative. That's not good for his health. Of course, I'm not going to tell anyone how to live their life, but we get it, Eddie. Alright, just want to make sure that I all knew where I stand. Looks like a fire alarm. Yeah, and before you start prodding it, it's not made of chocolate. Push it and bells will start ringing. He will come running from the security room. Whole bunch of hassle. So don't. I know you want to, but don't. Honestly, the thought hadn't even crossed my mind. Typical attorney. What does being an attorney have to do with anything? It's a journal. Belonged to the captain of the chocolate ship. Also made of chocolate. A diary of despair. That's some title. Come, hearken, see how we crossed the sea and rode the red tide to misery. Quite a jaunty rhyme for such a tragic-sounding tale. A candelabra made of chocolate. There's a title here, The Light of Life. Well, this particular light seems to be missing one of its life-giving flames. Does it have some sort of symbolic meaning? Or could it be... unknown? These controls can be used to adjust the room's temperature and lighting. Red, yellow, green, dark blue, light blue, white, there's a whole range! Temperature is set to 59 degrees. Light color set to white. Pieces in here are made of chocolate, that's why. White light makes them look better. White light makes them look better. Mr. Tongaro must see the room itself as part of his carefully crafted creations. But I believe that might be everything in this particular little area except for this. And the picture is not made of chocolate. It is the cover of a book. The ultimate cookbook. The ultimate cookbook. In other words, the grand prize. Yes, and framed in chocolate. Tongaro showed it to all of us when he gathered us here to explain the rules. So the participants knew that the grand prize was here the whole time, a thing that we already knew. Do we have any other clues to piece together? Sound of something breaking, blunt force trauma, broken stand, damaged creations. Maybe? Maybe this? Hiya! The stand broke and the ship collapsed with it, and the loud sound it made brought Miss Bound running. Yeah, said the ship had already keeled over by the time she got in here. But why did the stand collapse? What caused it to break? Maybe the whole thing was off balance from the get-go. Could that really have been the case? Well, let's connect the dots. You didn't connect shit, I've connected them. Diary of... Oh, it doesn't work well on that. I suppose that was a bit forced. It's fine. Moving on. The Red River and the Crimson Tide. Looks like this title is the inspiration for everything on display here in this room. The ship, and the treasure chest, of course, but also all the other nautical objects on display. Certainly a suitably grand thing with which to showcase Mr. Tongaroa's talents. What are you investigating, officer? Sir, I was just taking the temperature of the water here. And what have you learned? Oh, it's warm, sir. The stream in each room flows into the main fountain, and then the water is circulated back to the rooms. Unusual, to say the least. Never seen a house quite like this one. Rich folks. They're all crazy. I mean, you're not wrong. What are we potentially missing? Constantly talk to you. A real crime scene is so exciting. This isn't a game, Eddie. You should take it seriously. Don't worry, Mr. E. I'm taking notes on everything. You are? What kind of notes? Notes about how all this delicious stuff is made. Can't wait to try it for myself. I'm not playing around, Edward. Take this seriously. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't call Toby twice, sir. Wow, okay. What if there's a connection here? All of Mr. Tangaroa's creations are missing a little piece each, including one of the stands that was holding up the ship. Somebody really went all out. Now, do you think it could have been the killer? It's certainly a possibility. Either way, I think we can safely say the stand was damaged in our mysterious person's tampering spree. And when it broke, the ship fell and smashed open the treasure chest, which would have remained closed otherwise. Did I get everything here? I don't believe there's any more to be found here. Okay. We're done talking to Gusto. Saw that. Oh, what's this? Gloves. Tangaroa wore them when he was working on his Tangaroa, this was bad the whole time. Excuse me, his masterpiece. They're conveniently good at hiding fingerprints, too. I suppose it's possible to employ them in such a manner. Was it really all that suspicious to find a pair of gloves in a kitchen like this? I'm a detective. Everything's suspicious. That's the job. You need to find the things that are actually relevant and mainly suspicious. Like sure, I get you, I guess. A well-equipped kitchen, as one might expect. Sadly, it doesn't look like there's much to be found in the way of clues. Nothing of interest in the fridge either. We checked. Okay, now have I done everything? Except for maybe talk to Bad? You're doing this all wrong. An investigation is like a popsicle. You walk around the scene, look at stuff, talk to witnesses. Everything you do, it's like a lick of that popsicle. Slowly you eat away at it. Until all that's left is the stick. And written on that stick is the truth. And I suppose I'd better hope it doesn't stay guilty. Nothing has been moved since the body was found, correct? Preserve the scene. That's rule number 1 of any investigation. They took the body away, but everything else untouched. Could you tell us a little bit more about the state of the body before it's taken away? Bound, took a picture. You'll have to make do with that, Mr. Lawyer. I get a feeling that the good detective is none too fond of defense attorneys. Probably let's not rely too much on him and search the scene for clues and contradictions myself. And I'm trying my best, but there doesn't appear to be anything new around here. No, we still haven't done something here. There's still something wrong here. Oh, right. I still need to do something that's missing from the picture. I think. I don't remember what I'm doing here. I don't remember what I'm doing here. I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember what I'm doing here. Where's the blood? Where's like, they took out the whole chunk where his head was on top of. Okay, I guess I had to talk to Bad first. You said the only thing that has been removed from the scene is his body? Yeah, that and the piece of cloth that was wrapped in. Then something here doesn't quite add up. It doesn't? Take another look at the scene in front of us, Detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing. You're right. I don't remember anybody mentioning they removed the blood along with the body. Let me check with forensics. What is it, Mr. E? Did you figure out? What did you figure out? Compare the treasure chest in the photograph to the real thing. I thought for sure that maybe we looked at this, but I guess not. The solid chocolate bottom continues underneath the deceased head. And yet, that part of the chest is now gone. A part with blood all over it! Exactly. So did the police remove it? Or perhaps the killer? It wasn't forensics. They're saying nobody took anything like that away. Interesting. So somebody deliberately removed the blood from the scene? Could be. Fascinating. Okay, now we're done with this room. That's all it took, was finding that last little bit. Full health, hooray! All healed up. I think we're about done here for now. Well, if I wasn't convinced before, I am now. Tangaroa did it. No two ways about it. What do you mean? All the rooms in this place lock from the inside. The only way to unlock them from the outside is with this key. I see. And who had access to that key? Who do you think? Tangaroa. And it's the only one. There aren't any copies. But anyone could have stolen the key. With the mansion key, Tangaroa could slip into anybody else's room anytime he liked. And he could even lock his own room from the outside if he wanted. But his room clearly wasn't locked because, Miss Judy was able to get in. Miss Bound. And Mr. Tangaroa's room wasn't locked, was it? Nope. Which is exactly what makes him a suspect. Would you care to explain your thinking? Because I'm sure I'm not going to like it. Oh good, we get to rebut it. If the door had been locked when the body was found, Tangaroa would have been the obvious suspect. Which is why he deliberately didn't lock his room. But also, the body wouldn't have been found if the door was locked. And why he smashed the lid of the treasure chest, so the body was on full display. Everyone was supposed to gather in his room when the judging finished up. So he made it look like the murder happened while he wasn't there. The one thing he didn't plan on was Bound finding the body. But that doesn't explain. You're completely 100% ignoring the fact that objection. The detective is ignoring the fact that the loud sound happened when he wasn't in the room, and that's why she came in. And like he could have just locked his door and no one would have fucking noticed. Like, do you think that he deliberately sabotaged his own work? A, to get suspicion off his back, and B, in order knowing that it would perfectly fucking tilt the ship to break something and make a loud noise and open the treasure chest so that Miss Bound would come in and see it? Do you also believe it was Mr. Tangaroa who damaged the other pieces in this room? Yep. I know you have to believe your client. That's your job. But I'm a detective and I serve the law. Hi, Fluffy. How you doing? And no matter how squeaky clean somebody might seem, a suspect is still a suspect. I fully understand your reasoning, Detective. Now, would you mind if I applied a little critical thinking of my own? Do your worst. As the detective won't compromise his devotion to the law, I won't compromise my beliefs either. I'm not about to just accept his version of events. In fact, I'm going to show him the piece of evidence that highlights the contradiction in his claims. What part specifically? I guess we can start by pressing him, because I'm not sure what evidence I have that he wants to go against it. Door had been locked when the body was found. Tangaroa, but again, he wouldn't. The body would not. That's hardly solid ground on which to base your suspicion of Mr. Tangaroa, Detective. And that's hardly solid ground to start shouting objections left and right on, Mr. Attorney. I can shout objection all I want, that's how I work. Maybe quit interrupting and let me finish.
Hold it!
You're saying Mr. Tangaro himself deliberately smashed the treasure chest open? Yep. If he hadn't, the body would have never been found. I struggle to see how he managed to destroy his creation while judging the contest at the same time. Exactly! Besides, there's no way he would have disrespected his sweet, but also, more importantly, the body never would have been found. Isn't that exactly what a murderer would want? Don't you not want the body to be found? Isn't that a fucking good thing? He used every last crumb on Bacon Bop while dancing. That's the only way his stuff gets destroyed. This isn't about what happens on TV, kid. You know about Bacon Bop, Detective. I'm the only one who isn't familiar with this show. Wow, I never would have guessed. You sing the theme song too? Never mind that now. Focus. The point is this. Tangaro was responsible for breaking that lid. Everyone was supposed to gather in his room when the judging was finished up. The judging began in Mr. Gusto's room, correct? Yeah. Kinda wanted to check his hard candy stuff out myself. In that case, how about the demonstration? Pappy! Well, it's you, Detective. Are you calling him a dirty dog? Ugh, it's a wolf! A lone wolf. I like it. Says the guy who later forms 1/3 of the Yatagarasu. I'm starting to enjoy these little displays. Anyhow...
Hold it!
Do you have a clear idea of where exactly the murder took place? Not yet. Autopsy report's still pending. And yet you still went ahead and arrested Mr. Tangaroa? We may not know when the murder happened, but we know when the body was discovered. It was while Tangaroa was judging Gusto's room. The perfect alibi if he could set it up just right. But still not grounds for an arrest. Surely you have to agree with that. Do I? Especially when I've got nothing more to say to you. Why do I get the feeling he's hiding something? Detective Bad seems pretty convinced that Mr. Tangaroa is the culprit. There's no way he would have vandalized his own creations. No way! Still, the treasure tent did get smashed in. There's no denying that. Perhaps we should focus more on what led to the body's discovery. Doing so should make it easier to spot the flaw in Detective Bad's theory.
Hold it!
And why would he deliberately not lock his door? Because if he locked it, he might as well have held up a sign saying he did it, since he had the only key. But maybe it was just a coincidence. Maybe he just left it unlocked without meaning to. He just happened to leave it unlocked, and somebody just happened to find a body inside. Come on, kid, you'll never make detective thing like that. I don't want to be a detective. I want to be an attorney. I'd be grateful you could stop trying to steal my apprentice. Look, there's a reason why Tangaroa left his door unlocked. But like... I'm trying to, like, I think I know what it wants for me, but I'm not sure how it wants me to do it.
Objection!
Nope, that's wrong. Also, the game seems to say that Edgeworth's voice is more like this, but I honestly think he looks a little bit more serious and telegraph, as opposed to that more high pitch. Like, he looks a little older than that. Let me think. If the door had been locked, Tangaroa would have been the obvious suspect. Everyone was supposed to gather in their rooms when the judging finished up. Isn't that why he left it unlocked? Because... I don't know what it wants from me. Detective Bat seems pretty convinced that Tangaroa's... There's no way. Still, the treasure chest did get smashed. Perhaps we should focus more on what led to the body's discovery. Doing so should make it easier to spot the flaw. What led to the body's discovery? Maybe the notes will help us with that, because that's her notes on when the body was discovered.
Objection!
Objection! I have evidence.
Objection!
There it is. We've established that the body was hidden inside the chest, and that Miss Bound only came running into this room when she heard a sound. Seems reasonable to infer that the sound was that of the chocolate boat collapsing. Sure, seems likely, based on the evidence. And did you assure that it was Mr. Tangaroa who had smashed the lid of the chest? I believe this photo makes it clear that it was the ship that did the smashing. And if that had occurred only moments before Miss Bound had entered the room, then it couldn't have been broken by Mr. Tangaroa, who was out judging the contest at the time. I never said he did it then and there. He could have done something to the stand so it collapsed when he was in the middle of judging. Have you any way of proving that assertion? Beyond a reasonable doubt? Nope, but the investigation isn't over yet. There's still time. So he doesn't have anything conclusive. Have you found any prints in this room besides those of Mr. Tangaroa? Yep, on the door. But we found Tangaroa's and Frost prints on there too. We were all brought in here for a briefing, right before we started work on our creations. Those prints are probably from them. I take it you haven't checked any of Mr. Tangaroa's works for prints yet? Why would... We know that somebody tampered with them. Therefore, it's possible they left some prints behind when they did so. Fine, but if we don't find anything, your guy's still top of my list. Got it? You! Check all the chocolate stuff for prints, now! Do we have to use the silver nitrate? Yes, that's how you check for prints, but then the chocolate won't be edible. I know a good way to make you edible. It's feed you to a crocodile. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Detective Bad. Oh, we finished dusting the chocolate and we found prints that don't belong to Mr. Tangaroa, sir. Please tell me they belong to Frost, or please don't, but also I have a feeling. Go on. Whose? Delicious Scone, sir. She's one of the contestants. Never mind. Never mind. It's the one who was immediately on my shit list. The ones that are currently on my suspect list are Judy Bound and Delicious Scone. It literally says we'll do whatever it takes to achieve her goals, which is either the truth or a red herring. Because legitimately, bleh. Good work. You can go back to whatever you were investigating before. Yes, sir. I'll get right back to the water investigation, sure. Aren't you already done with that? Well, I got nothing else to do. So it seems we have a suspect besides Mr. Tangaroa. Even without your lawyerly input, I wasn't about to wrap up the investigation anyway. I'll go speak to Miss Scone and see what she has to say for herself. Delicious Scone. God damn it. Mr. Gusto mentioned her too. Said that she was ruthless, but she'd do anything to win. That Scone lady sounds like a pretty suspicious character, huh, Mr. E? Yes. Think we'd better try to speak with her ourselves as well. Detective Bat, would you mind if we accompanied you? Babysitting you is not my job. Oh, come on! But I guess you did pick up a couple of useful clues already. So if you want to tag along, be my guest. Thank you, Detective. You're too kind. Don't go second up to the cop. Hello, Detective Bad, sir. I don't think that's such a good idea. The lead prosecutor is still busy in there. That'll be fine. Me and him don't exactly see eye to eye anyhow. this him? Who did they assign the case to? Manfred von Karma. Dun dun dun! What? I gave it to von Karma? He hasn't lost a case in 25 years, which is statistically impossible, or at the very least, goddamn near improbable. Like, there's definitely some bullshit going on around with that, right? Like, because not losing a case in 25 years tells me you only have done like a few cases in those 25 years that you're guaranteed to win. Oh, there's some sneaky shenanigans going on in there. Manfred von Karma, a living legend over at the prosecutor's office. They never faced one another in the courtroom, but I've heard plenty of stories. They say he'll do anything to ensure a guilty verdict. But I can't let that distract me. For now, I need only continue to do what I believe is right. I forget, did Manfred von Karma either kill Edgeworth or at least get him killed? I don't remember the ending of the first game. It's been too long. Oh, she looks so sweet. Never mind. Never mind. She's definitely the bad guy. Or at least a bad guy. She's that sweet, but they call her ruthless. Nah. She's evil to some degree. Whoa! A candy castle! Look, there are even some little elves to go with it. For a second, I was like, did you just call the confectioner an elf? Room's laid out, pretty much the same as Tangaroa's. It's not as cold though. That's something. Let's see. Yeah, looks like there's a temperature control panel in here too. Over there where the orange light is, right? Better take a closer look at it when we can. It's like a fairy tale storybook in here. And this whipped cream covered construction must be the work of Miss Delisha Scone. Where is Miss Scone? Me? Why, I'm just over here, dearie. Oh, just look at you lovely boys. Delisha Scone, at your service. Some cheeky blighters back in Blighter even call me Miss Delicious. Cheeky blighter. Called a lovely boy at 34. Unexpected, to say the least. Lovely boys? Really? Even Mr. E? Oh, yes, dear. You, the detective over there, you're all lovely boys to me. A nobody's lovely boy, lady. Name's Bad. Age unknown. Okay, she is in fact British. Wonder just how old she is. Finish this up so we can get out of here, Mr. Attorney. That's alright. What is the meaning with this? Chit-chatting with a defense? Hi, Manfred von Karma, you son of a bitch. Were you inside the castle? Mr. Edgeworth, some scary guy just stepped out of the castle. Von Karma? What? He's Manfred von Karma? Now I'm trying to remember my accents and my voices. Hold on, brain has to restart. Well, sorry, mannequins. The notorious prosecutor von Karma himself. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. von Karma. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law. I couldn't care less what your name is. Your job is to lose to me and disappear, never to show your sniveling face again. Except it doesn't quite work out that way, to the point where you have me killed, if I remember correctly. Hold the phone. Let me see if I can go take a look and remember. Let me go see. Gregory Edgeworth. Okay, we'll get to that. Oh, I'm skipping past the stuff that is obviously spoilers for me. For this game. Let's just look at the stuff from the first game. Earthquake. Power. Leaving the 3 straight in an elevator for 5 hours. gun while hitting Von Karma. Yep.
Don't say it.
Yep.
Say it. Left. Come on.
Zephyr, hello. Thank you for the raid. How you doing? I hope stream was well. Sorry, I was looking up some information from the first Ace Attorney game, but that I played a long time ago. But welcome. We're in the middle of an investigation with this prickhead right in front of us. What a thoroughly rude individual. Rude is like the least of the things that you could call. Those piercing eyes, that furrowed brow, you're even scarier than they say. And you might want to keep such rude thoughts to yourself, Eddie. We were hoping you might permit us to carry out some brief inquiries, Mr. Von Karma. Ha! And why would I wish to extend you any such courtesy? Yep, he makes a goddamn return. Welcome to where approximately, aren't we, like 18 years before the events of Ace Attorney 1 or 2? Oh, I hope so. God, I wish. This is also like a week before Gregory Edgeworth dies, if you all remember that, so but hi, for those who don't know me real fast, I am Akamaru, you can also call me Rika, either one's fine. I play a bunch of I'm a variety streamer. Play a bunch of different video games, mainly a lot of visual novels and murder mysteries. I have played so much Ace Attorney on this channel. So much. And it doesn't end yet. This clearly isn't going to be easy. So long as your inquiries are limited to this room, I suppose I'll allow it. Tales of Vesperia. I've been told to play the Tales of games before, because I do love me a good JRPG. It's just a matter of I need to do it. Are you enjoying it? Are you having fun? Very important questions. Why the sudden change of heart? You, the tall fellow. Name's bad. Is that so hard to remember? I didn't ask for your opinion. The thoughts of a lowly detective do not concern me. The fun action RPG? Nice. But I do admire your spirit. Bad, see to it that these worms don't step out of line. Why do I have to... I am not offering you a choice, detective. I need to go and look over Gusto's room. Good day. The Digimon series, the Digimon Stories games... The Digimon Stories games, the ones of which I played Cyber Sleuth a couple years ago, and I'm currently playing Hacker's Memory on Saturdays. Those games are fucking bonkers. The Digimon Stories games are goddamn wild. Great, more babysitting. Why are Detective Bad and Mr. Von Karma investigating together? Is it because Manfred Von Karma wishes to falsify evidence? Yes, it is, and Bad would not allow that. They don't seem to know each other well enough for there to be bad blood between them. You have Hacker's Memories on Fridays? Nice. I'm on chapter 12, I believe? 12 of 18. Shit's wild. Well, looks like we have permission to investigate. Guess we better get to it. Indeed. I'm not sure I trust Mr. Von Karma's motives, but at least we can do that much. Hold up, I haven't been over this room yet either. You're not messing it up before I get my chance. You'll have to wait till I'm done. Huh? I thought you were the lead detective. How come you didn't take a look at this room yet? Because I wasn't the first one they assigned. One of Von Karma's pets was on the job before me. Right up until just now, in fact. I got here not long before you did. That answers my question as to why they're working separately, I suppose. What it doesn't answer is why they changed the lead detective on the case. I'll say we look over the room together, detective. It worked out well enough before, and you won't have to worry about us messing things up. You can keep an eye on us as we go. What kind of screwball attorney asked to have a detective breathing down his neck? One with nothing to hide, you dumbass. One who only cares about the truth. Guess I'm stuck with you. for a little while longer. Yes, you're amazing, Mr. E. You have our thanks, Detective Bad. Don't be too grateful. This is my scene. The second you get in my way, you're out of here. Of course, we understand. Now, shall we begin? To be fair, attorneys shouldn't really be doing the investigating, period. It's not your job. Stop it. The 4 adorable elves and the sweetest little castle made of sweets. So that's the theme behind Miss Scone's creations, and unlucky for her, things aren't quite as sweet around here as she's trying to make out. It's an incredible pile of work. Hard to believe this whole castle is made out of sugar and cream. I know, right? It's like we're inside a magical medieval story or something. I mean, I imagine they probably can do some form, but like, this feels like a lot. I didn't know you were into such fantastical things. Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get so carried away there. Oh, no need to apologize. I admire your enthusiasm. I sometimes wish my own son were as animated as you. You have a son, Mr. E? I do. He's still in elementary school, and yet he'd rather read a statute book than a fairy tale. Well, sometime from now, not too long in the future, he's gonna become even more of a serious little bastard. After I die. Can't help but worry that his interest will make it hard for him to make friends. Don't worry, he's got Phoenix Wright and, well, I would say he has Larry Butts, but don't say that. He sounds super interesting. He'll make a ton of friends, me included, I'm sure. Just, give it 18 years. I'd like to think he'd be more of a big brother to him than a friend, Eddie. A big brother. He has to have some growing up to do. Better take this more seriously. Indeed. Then with that in mind, shall we continue our investigation? Let's scour the scene. What the hell is all this stuff inside? Like, again, like this is a parody of the Japanese legal system, but even then, it's just like, it doesn't look finished. This doesn't look finished. These are supposed to be, the doors of the castle have been left wide open. Yeah! Was the guy born in a barn? Could have at least closed them behind him. I'd like to see you say that to Mr. Von Karma's face, Eddie. Wait, there's a bunch of stuff inside. Oh, let's see. Like, oh, I don't know much about the law. I don't know enough to say what they can and can't do. Because, like, obviously there's, like, the in-office investigations they can do, like looking through record books and internet and stuff and all that. But I feel like, hey, there's an active crime scene. There's an active crime scene. Let's investigate it. It's probably more like they have access to. I imagine they. I don't know. I'm trying to think. It's like I really don't know enough about, especially criminal cases. Hold it, kid. If anybody's gonna be handling evidence, it'll be me. Cream's going all runny. Okay, that means it's too hot. It's all over the detective's shoes. Doesn't that mean that it's too hot in here? Why are all these items being stored inside a candy castle? Alright, tell me what you want me to look at first. 2 big rock crystals? Looks like somebody was using the castle for storage. I'd expect something a little more exciting behind those doors. Oh, I know! Maybe the giant uncut gemstones! Maybe the whole thing is based on a story about a castle with a priceless treasure hidden inside. I think I treat my priceless treasures with a little more care. Something on the bottom of them. Looks like a little stand or something. I was right! They are gemstones! The stand must be something we put on display. Whatever they are, it seems they're not just a large set of paperweights. There's a bunch of blue cloth back there. 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls altogether. Well, they certainly aren't made of candy. No idea what this stuff is for. Oh, this stuff goes against the rules! Non-confectionery items may not be used as decorations. These are non-confectionery items. That's what they're hiding inside. But Almost looks like somebody hid it in here. And I think I've seen fabric of the same color somewhere before. Have we? Have we? Wait, isn't that one of the tarps that was on... Wait, hold on. Yeah, there it is. There's a tarp of the same color over the body. They have hexagonal intonation. Looks like something's supposed to go in there. Well, whatever they were, they're long gone. I wonder. Gee, I fucking goddamn wonder. Castle's covered in whipped cream, so maybe a giant strawberry. A giant strawberry with a hexagonal bottom? Look, I like strawberries, okay? Can't blame a guy for wishing. God, can you imagine a strawberry the size of your head covered in chocolate? Oh my god, I would die with how delicious that sounds. Fuck, I want that right now. Legitimately, I want that right now. Someone get on that. Someone give me the biggest strawberry you've got and make sure that it's like covered in chocolate and then put it in the fridge for a while so that it like nice and hardens. I want strawberries now. I think I have some frozen strawberries in the freezer. Hopefully they're still good. I prefer bananas myself. Bananas are also good in chocolate. Trust, they are indeed. I will confess to this. One time when I was younger, my family got a fondue, like a tiny little mini fondue pot, and we made like a chocolate fondue. And we had like strawberries and bananas and angel food cake. And then we like had little toothpicks and stuff to skewer it to like dip it in and eat it. Amazing, delicious, loved it, fantastic. We only used it the one time and that pisses me off. Still pissed me off to this day. To this day. Been like, we should have done that more often. Really should have. Makes me sad. Blueberries for me. Blueberries, blueberries are fine. Blackberries are better. And strawberries are the best. Although I can't really have bananas much anymore, just as a precaution. Okay, runny cream. No, not that one. No, not that one. This one, and that one, and connect the dots. And holy shit, the rock crystal stands and the pillars in front of the castle feature the same hexagonal shape. I believe the crystals are meant to be placed on top of the pillars. Oh yeah! Hexagon to hexagon! Makes perfect sense. But if that's the case, then why were they being hidden inside the castle? The rolls of blue cloth and the rock crystals inside the castle. I imagine both must belong to Miss Scone. Miss Scone, what are you using the items inside the castle for? Oh, those? Sorry, Lambkin, but I'm not allowed to say. Let me guess. Von Karma? How did you know? Really, someone asked me to tell you I'll have my guns for garters. Seems the prosecution really has no intention of sharing anything with the defense. Or the detectives for that matter. At least share it with the police, you dumb bitch motherfucker. Man, oh, we were onto something with those giant rock crystals, but... Hold on, I'm trying to get my fucking voice and accent back. Where was it? What's that, dearie? You're interested in my little trinkets? Your trinkets? Yes, my sweet. No, hold on. I feel like I'm mixing their accents too much. It's like, he's Southern, she's British, and my brain is just connecting the two too much. It's like, hold on. There are similarities, but they're not the same, brain. Okay, I think I got it. Yes, my sweet. I use them to make people all lovely and relaxed. You use rock crystals and cloth to do that? I do. Nope, I feel like that's going French. Oh, hi Maya. Welcome back. Postured? I'm postured. You're gonna hydrate me, aren't you? Where is it? I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for the gas can. Where? I'm not gonna get hit? I'm just gonna let my guard down. There it is. Right as I fucking said it. How did I fucking know? I'm a goddamn psychic. Now, what was I thinking? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You could just... Well, I'll be. It's wonderful, you should see it. And they're not just any old rockets either. They're great big lumps of salt with lights inside them. Wow, those things are lamps? Hey, that's against the rules. That's against the goddamn rules. Oh, that's not even the half of it. And those claws have hold an even more exciting secret. She really opened up the moment we started talking about her trinkets. Since you're here, why don't I give you lovely boys a taste of my relaxation magic, hmm? Oh, Badly Bumpkin, can you get it all out and set it up for me? The name is bad. No? Why are you being so selfish, Badly Bumpkin? Have you finished taking photos of this room yet? Yes, sir, we have, sir. And help Miss Scone here with something, will you? Yes, sir, right away, sir. Oh, you're such a sweetie at heart, aren't you, Badly Bee? That's amazing, Miss Scone. You got him to do exactly what you wanted. Well, that's some talent. Right. Oh, thank you ever so much, Buddykins. And you, Officer Lovely. She even getting names to the forensics comms now. I guess it's her way of showing that she cares. Hi, Beast. How you doing? It's also her way of making you drop your guard. So what's this supposed to be? So what about this supposed to be relaxing? Oh, don't be such a big sourpuss, Badly Bee. The fun's only just beginning. Officer Lovely! You can switch it on now. Yes, ma'am. Okay, once again, you can't use non-confectionery items as... This is against the rules? This is against the rules. Ah, junk mail! Non-confectionery items may not be used as decorations. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decoration, I say, looking at rock salt lamps and tarps, some sort of the cloth thingies. Huh. Wow, it's beautiful. It is. I wish my son were here to see it. Isn't it though? Isn't it just wonderful? The 4 adorable elves in the sweetest little castle made of sweets. That's my theme, you see? And I thought it'd be extra lovely. It was all lit up. Isn't it the nicest thing you've ever seen? One of the elves must be feeling a little left out. And this is how it's supposed to look for the contest. Well, I'm glad you lovely boys got to see it at least. Oh wait, shouldn't the lamps be lit up too? Oh, what's happened there, I wonder? I think we better take a look at the lamps and the elves one more time. I haven't even looked at the elves once. We started here. And once again, against the rules. I guess we'll just start here. Fine. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Look at what I see. Shocking, interesting. How fascinating that we have found such a thing right here, right now, all of a sudden. How did we not see this minutes before? How? Seriously, how? I feel like this is related to all of the evidence. Lamps appear to be broken. Bulbs are smashed. Both of them. Maybe they fell and broke on the floor? Look, there's a red stain on the one on the left. That's not just a stain. That's... Yup, it's blood all right. I can smell it. We found the murder weapon. Blood? Why is there blood on this lamp? Could have something to do with why its bulb is broken. We better take a closer look at the other one too. Can I spin it around? So Miss Scone had actually intended to use these lamps in her display. Then why were they stashed inside the castle? Maybe because they're broken? Except, there's plenty of other places she could have put them. Well, the best place to hide some salt and some sugar. Isn't that how it goes? Or perhaps the best place to hide a tree is in a forest. Anyway, if her intention was to put these salt lamps in her final display, that contradicts a certain piece of evidence in my possession. I need to point that out by making a deduction. I mean, okay, I guess. Easy enough.
Eureka!
The rules say no. Take a look at the list of rules for the contest, detective. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decoration. That means the salt lamps and the luminous cloths would both have been against the rules. Is that why they were stashed away inside the castle? I think we need to dig a little further into this with Miss Scone before we can say for sure. I'm connecting the dots. Woo-wee! Good job, Mr. E. You connected them. We know that the victim was struck and killed with something blunt, and we found blood on one of the lamps, which has a smashed bulb inside. Could the lamp not have been the murder weapon? For sure, it could definitely do enough damage to kill someone. You, science guy, did you finish analyzing the blood from the lamp yet? Yes, sir. Just got done a minute ago, sir. The blood is the victim's, no doubt about it. There you have it. So the murder weapon was hidden in Miss Scone's room. I'm beginning to think we may need to add her to our list of suspects. It's a cute little elf made of candy, and it's sitting on a little tree stump. Fabric above it and the other directions around it really add to the dreamlike atmosphere. Started for too long, we might get swept up in the fantasy ourselves. Yeah, well, our job is to stay right here in reality and get to the bottom of this. Nobody's getting swept up in any flights of fancy on my watch. Ew, I like my flights of fancy. There's a blowtorch, some chemicals here. I guess it's all for cooking with. Wonder what these chemicals are. Let's take a look at the labels. Mango down 911, homicyanide 247. Wait, they're all poisons? No, sir, they're common colorings and flavorings used in candies and dessert. They just have some real fucking horrible names. Kind of terrifying. First one's concentrated mango boiled down to its purest essence, hence mango down. They're asking for trouble with a name like that. Now I'm curious as to what homicyanide might be. Yeah, it feels like that one is just a little bit less, that one's a little bit more on the nose. This elf doesn't have an illuminated cloth over it like the others. It's not fair to leave the poor guy out, Miss Scone. Well, I didn't want to, did I, dear? But one of my cloths and one of my little machines went missing. A cloth and... what sort of machine, exactly? Oh, you'll never guess how it all works. All these luminous cloths are connected to these little thingamajigs. They're called, full-spectrum light-emitting devices. They send light down the main cable and into each optical fiber strand. That's what makes the cloth grow. She is cute. She's also probably evil. At least to some degree. With a little bit of fiddling, you can change the light to any color in the whole wide world. Bright red like ferocious fiery flames. Cold blue like clinking crystals of ice. They have these special batteries that last for donkey's years, and they don't mind the cold at all. Forgive me, so these machines, they're what makes the special luminous cloth light up in all the beautiful colors, Mr. E. I see. So much new technology, I can barely keep up. Evil can be cute, this is true. So these light-emitting devices, you lost one of them and a piece of luminous cloth? That's right, Lambkin. Heaven only knows where they could have gone to. Still not the right accent. But, like, I'm trying to give her the sweet lady voice while also being British, and my brain just cannot connect the two dots. Those two dots are just live in separate places in my brain. Well, I don't rightly know what's going. Well, no, that's still too southern. Still too southern. My brain. It'll be. I'll be. Well, I never. The right job going on. That's right, Lambkin. Heaven only knows when they could have gotten to. Could have something to do with the case. Yeah, once again, I'm pretty sure it was it was a cloth that was on motherfucking what's his face, Frost. What's the matter, Miss Scone? You seem a whole lot less cheerful than you were a minute ago. Is it Mr. Von Karma? Did something happen between you two? What? Yes, nothing happened at all. Well, you just said yes. That was a hello, yes, you silly boy. Aren't you just the sweetest little sugar dumpling? Remind me, what was your name again? Oh, Eddie. Oh, Eddie Lumpkin. Oh, you'll go far, dearie, I can tell. Eddie Lumpkin? Seems our English gentlewoman here has taken a liking to you, Eddie. No small accomplishment. She's not exactly what I picture when I think of a gentlewoman, Mr. E. Never mind that now. We should ask her a few questions while we can. Could you tell us about what you did over the course of the contest? Of course, darling, dearie. Let's see, it all started at about 10 in the morning. Oh, that's when we set to work. And, well, I spent most of the time here in my room getting everything ready that you'd expect. Oh, and then there was a lovely afternoon tea for an hour or so from around 1, I think. Afternoon tea? That's an English tradition. A chance to drink tea, enjoy a snack, and make small talk. Huh, so kind of like recess? I suppose you could say that. Oh, you really know your onions, don't you, Greggy Pegleg? Such a clever boy. Why am I Pegleg? When did I become Greggy? And especially Pegleg. And where was this afternoon tea served? Out in the garden, of course. And there's a lovely little one just outside. And I do it at the same tower each break time during the contest. I lay on a nice little spread, you know. Okay, Taranga, Scone, and Bound, I guess. So, Frost and Gusto were not at the tea party. But today, only me, Samson Silly Pants, and Moody Judy were there for it. Say Poodle had already finished his big creation, so he was there the whole time. But poor old Chilly Winks and Gusty Pants had to miss out because they hadn't finished yet, bless them. They're saying everybody except Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusto was present. That's right, dear. To tell you the truth, I hadn't finished yet either, but I was about to miss out on tea and cake served by our two TV superstars. I was right back to work when I finished, though. She did all for the others were still nattering away. And at any point during the contest, did you visit any of the other competitors' room? No, dear, don't be silly. That's strange, because your fingerprints were found in Mr. Tangaroa's room. Caught red-handed. Wait, so you admit you were there? Oh, but I can hardly deny it now, can I? But I didn't kill anybody, I swear! I suppose I better tell you what really happened. Just promise you'll believe me, won't you, dear? I mean, I can't promise shit. I'll promise I'll listen. And if I find any more contradictions, I'll point them out. Wrong button. What exactly were you doing in Mr. Tangaroa's room? Well, I suppose you'd call it research. Research? Sam Poople's a dab hand when it comes to the old sweet making. Everybody knows that. Someone who knows there's no one in there, I just popped in for a quick bit of research, like I say. What kind of research leaves fingerprints? Yes, that. Well, it stands to reason I'll leave fingerprints, doesn't it? After all, it's hardly research if you don't have a little nibble now, is it? What? You ate little pieces of them? So, the traces of tampering in Mr. Tangaroa's room, that was all you? I'm ever so sorry, sweeties. I didn't mean to make a mess. I had to take a little bite here and there, didn't I? I didn't want poor Sam Poople getting upset, so it was just the teensiest bits and pieces. And the stand holding up the ship? You took a bite out of that too, I suppose? Oh yes, dear, of course I did. It was you! You brought the whole thing crashing down! I'm sorry, my love, but truly I am. Hold on, is that why you left the afternoon tea early? You were heading off for a second helping of sweets. Look, just please believe me. I never killed anybody, I promise. Her actions were certainly suspicious, but that's about all we can say for now. We don't have enough evidence. What do you know about this? Oh, look at that. Why'd you have the loveliest Hey, insane person. This is yours. I feel like nothing I'm presenting to her makes sense. Was this you? You're not answering me. Alright, you're completely useless as of this exact moment. There's a small door on the wall here, just like in Mr. Tangaroa's room. Here, I'll open it. Temperature 68 degrees, light set to green. Didn't Gusto say cream needs to be kept at 50 degrees? Temperature in here is too high. That's why everything's all melty. That is odd. I wonder why. That's why the cream is melty. The question is, why is it like that? The whipped cream in this room is collapsing because the temperature is too high. 68 degrees. My messed up shoes can vouch for that. And yet... when you open the doors to the castle, the handles themselves were just fine. Someone trying to dispose of evidence? Very possible. Yeah, they were sturdier than expected. Sturdy? That's not the way I would describe most things made of confectionery. Think we'd better take another look at those handles, don't you? What the? I think it's safe to say those handles aren't made of candy. It's not just the handles, the whole castle. The little elves, they're all just plastic models with whipped cream smeared on top. What? So none of this is confectionery art after all? No, simply made to look like candy, with the cream having been added to lend it all an air of authenticity. She's a liar! A liar and a fraud! So not only did she use decorations that were against the rules, she didn't even make any real sweets. Miss Scone made a mockery of the rules. Yeah, guess she's not gonna get crowned world's greatest now. And why is it so warm in here? Think it's got something to do with all this? That's a good question. I think we'd better go ask Miss Scone herself. J'accuse! But first, let's... Don't turn around, don't turn around. If you turn around, you'll eat it, and you can't eat the castle. Don't eat the castle. Guess he's watching a sugar intake. Don't worry, most of this is just whipped cream, which, you know, still has sugar in it, but not nearly as bad. Miss Scone, why is the temperature of your room set to 68 degrees? Because I called the cold, don't I, dearie? And besides, being chilly is no good for a girl. If I want to keep my fresh-faced complexion, I've got to be careful about these things. Zephyr, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the network. Glad to have you. My brain is still fucked up with this accent thing. What? You really... If I want to keep my fresh-faced complexion, I've got to be careful about these things. Is that a bit better? And maybe if I bring it up just a little bit? Is this a little bit better? I think this sounds a little bit better than I was doing. I was doing a bit more Southern before. But this one feels a little bit more British to me. But of course, I'm not a master of accents or anything. I'm just a hobbyist. Well, it's annoying because here's the thing. Legitimately, the American Southern accent is a descendant of what we call the British accent. Like, they're related. They're different now, because it's been so long, but, like, they're very similar in some ways. So the brain just goes like, what if I just do this? That's close enough. And it's like, you have a voice for this, but that goes with this accent, not with that accent. Fuck you. Bye, Maya. Hope work's going well for ya. What? We ladies have to stay young, don't you know? How old is she really, though? That's what I'd like to know. It's not polite to speculate on a person's age, Eddie. But most of your work is made out of whipped cream. And whipped cream needs to be kept at 50 degrees or it starts to deflate. Is that so, dear? Well, silly me, eh? I've only gone and made a whoopsie. Wait, she really didn't know that? World-class confectioner, my foot. Not only did she break the rules by using fake candy, she's ignorant of basic facts about her supposed craft. Miss Scone grows more mysterious by the... How did you become part of this contest? How did you get here? Miss Scone appears to lack basic knowledge about how confectionery is created, and she said that she snuck into another entrance room for research purposes. I mean, basically, yeah. It's slow, drawn out, and some of the sounds are a little bit different. And obviously, there are different words. Hardly the actions of a world-class confectioner competing for a major prize. Yeah, not how I'd picture a top pro acting. Does she maybe just lack a little confidence, or is she not actually a confectioner at all? Perhaps she had another agenda altogether. After all, we only have her word for it that she went into that room to do some research. Oh wait, you mean maybe she went in there to commit a murder? There's no way of saying so for certain just yet. But she is hiding something, that much I'm certain. Investigation complete. That's enough investigating for now, don't you think? Yes, we certainly found plenty of interest. I mean, yes, like that, isn't that how a lot of things are? It's the same thing, just completely different. I feel like you can use that to describe many things. Something's been bothering me for a while now. Mr. Von Karma would have surely found the murder weapon when he searched this room, and yet he didn't arrest Miss Scone. He didn't even seem interested in questioning her. I think our first priority should be find out what he's really up to. Look, Manfred Von Karma is one of those people who says, "Oh, you're the defendant? Cool, I'm gonna make sure that you get the guilty verdict." Oh, are you not actually the person who did it? I don't care. Only thing I care about is getting the guilty verdict. The end. Detective Bad, I have a few things I'd like to ask Mr. Von Karma. Me too. Him and Scone. How could you, Batty Bumpkin? Stop staring at me like that. I think, okay, it's also a little bit, here's an actual physical thing that I feel like my throat's doing. When I'm trying to do the British, I can feel it kind of more like lower in my throat, and like a little further back. But then when I try to go in the southern accent, it feels a little bit higher up, like in the jaw. Like that makes absolutely no fucking sense to anyone, but it's kind of how my brain interprets it. If that makes any sense, but I don't really know if it does. Oh yeah, no, I was about to do Skies, and then it's like, no, I can keep going on and on. We're good. Maybe when a character pops up, it appears Detective Bad is just as suspicious of Mr. Von Karma and Miss Scone as I am. Miss Scone, would you be so kind as to accompany us? Of course, dear. Where are you off to? To find Mr. Von Karma. Oh, that's right. Right. I forgot that this is Christmas Eve. This is literally the day that it happens. 100% forgot that it was the day. In fact, we're not weeks out from Edward's dying. We are hours out. We are hours away. We are at best a day away. Maybe he died on Christmas Day. I don't remember. I don't think it was midnight. It might have been like later on in the day. Because I think it was after a trial. So I think it was... So, you know, we're less than 24 hours out from this man no longer being alive. Mr. Von Karma, we'd like to speak with you if that's alright. Judging by your faces, I'm guessing you found the murder weapon. We did. It was in Miss Scone's room. Which means that Mr. Tangaroa should no longer be the only person of interest. Ha! Nonsense. Doesn't matter where the weapon was found, Tangaroa is guilty, and as long as this is my case, guilty he shall remain. How can he be so sure of Mr. Tangaroa's guilt? He's not. He's sure of himself. You have an explanation, I assume, for why the murder weapon was in Miss Scone's room? Of course I do, and I'll be glad to share it with you. It's a fight. Tangaroa killed Frost with one of Scone's salt lamps in order to frame her for the murder. To complete the deception, he took it back to her room once the deed was done. After all, if it had been found near the victim's body, Tangaroa would have seemed doubly suspicious. A body may be hard to move, but a murder weapon considerably less so. And that is why there is no piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular suspect. So it's your assertion that Mr. Tangaroa took the salt lamp back to Miss Scone's room? It is indeed. But it is more than an assertion. It is a fact, based on my own investigation. You mean you have proof that he did so? I don't need any such thing. What? If you have a rebuttal, I'll be happy to hear it. But I highly doubt you'll be able to fault my logic. Wow, I hate you. I forgot how much I hate you. It's been a long time since I played the first Phoenix Wright game. To complete blah blah blah, hold on. I know what to do. Yes, there was.
Objection!
It's true that the murder weapon and the bloodstained chocolate were removed from the scene of the crime, but something else remained that does point to one person in particular. Take another look at the photograph of the body, if you will. The cloth covering the victim's lower half. Is that not one of the same luminous cloths we found in Miss Scone's room? What's that, dear? One of my lovely colourful cloths? At the scene of the crime, you say? Luminous cloth. Nonsense! I see no light to speak of. I guess he doesn't know how it works. It may look like ordinary fabric at first glance, but attach one to these light-emitting devices, and the difference soon becomes apparent. Look at his face! I don't think he was expecting that. But the fact that the cloth can be lit up is neither here nor there. We have to show why it's important. One of the rolls of cloth from Miss Scone's room went missing, and if you look closely at the blue cloth in the picture, wouldn't you say it's clearly made of the same material, Mr. Von Karma? The salt lamp and the luminous cloth both belong to Miss Scone, and seeing as the body was wrapped in said cloth, surely even you have to admit that's suspicious. Mr. Von Karma, I think it's time to accept that a number of factors point to Miss Scone as a person of interest. I'm not saying she did. I said, wait, what the hell was that? What the hell was that gave you your bowl back? Well, Granny Peggy, how could you? You're accusing me of all people. I'm not accusing you of anything just yet, but I do think you're hiding something. That's not true. Just to clarify, your assertion is about the murder weapon and the cloth were in Miss Scone's room prior to the murder. Exactly. There's something funny. Only that you walk so carelessly into my trap card. You've activated my trap card! Neither the cloth nor the murder weapon were in fact in her room. I'm so sorry to have to break it to you. What does he mean? Tangaroa spotted them before the contest began and noted that the lamps and cloths contravened the rules. He subsequently confiscated them and took them to his own room for safekeeping. And I'm sure you have evidence of this, right? After the contest began, nobody saw hide nor hair of Frost as he had secluded himself in his room. And the only person capable of entering his locked room was Tangaroa, possessing as he did the only key. And as you now know, he was also in possession of the lamp used to commit the murder. So you see, I haven't had everything I need to get Tangaroa convicted all along. Well, how does it feel? I say that you're good at improv, but also, fuck you, have lost to me before even setting foot in the courtroom. Evidence. Where is your... Oh wait, all the hard work was for nothing? Evidence. Where is your proof? Where is your proof of this information? Miss Scone, why didn't you tell us your stuff was confiscated by Mr. Tangaroa? Oh, well, dear. Mannequin said that I spilled the beans. I'd end up being the one under suspicion. Mr. Von Karma said that? And he wasn't wrong, now was he? You two accused me yourselves just a second ago. Pathetic. Curse you, Von Karma. You led us to the murder weapon knowing we'd make certain assumptions as a result. One more thing, my pathetic friend. There are two and only two sets of fingerprints on the murder weapon. Two? Yes, those of Delicia Stone and Samson Tangaroa. No others were found. Tangaroa used the lamp he had confiscated to murder Frost, and was foolish enough to hide it in Scone's room without first removing his fingerprints. At this rate, no one will even need to testify. My perfect evidence will do all the talking for me as I secure his guilty verdict. But wait, what about the luminous cloth that was left behind in Mr. Tangaroa's room? What about it? He probably meant to return it after disposing of the body. I have enough to disprove, but I want to punch him in his stupid old man face. I want to hit him so hard his earrings rip out. Then get out of my sight and close the door behind you. Mr. E! Not about to just give up. I see you mean to waste more of my time. Bad, escort him off the premises now. This investigation is not over yet. Detective Bad. What is the meaning of this? Sorry, but I'm not in the habit of leaving cases half solved. There's still one last thing from the crime scene we haven't identified. He's right. We still have the evidence of somebody's activities to account for. We can discuss your lingering doubts at our leisure, Detective, but whatever they might be, they're no business of the defense's. I beg to differ. There's a piece of evidence I'm still not satisfied about either. I suspect it might be the same thing that's bothering Detective Bad. What? This is the yet unidentified something that was left in Mr. Tangaroa's room.
Take that!
There are finger marks on one of Mr. Tangaroa's creations. Supposing they belong to the murderer, it could certainly explain how their prints didn't end up on the murder weapon. How do you know so much about the crime scene? Because I let them look around. You let the defense examine the scene, Bad! Are you out of your mind? I don't remember you telling me not to. Insolent worm! You would do well to remember this thin, Detective. The results of your next salary review is up to me. Ugh. Detective Bad's in trouble now, too. I'm sure glad you're my boss, Mr. Edgeworth. As long as you remember that the results of your salary review is up to your performance on this case. A mere attorney uncovering such a fact based on a cursory investigation. I'm almost impressed. I hate you. You suck. Hey, Manfred Montgomery, come here for a second. I'm gonna grab your cravat, bring you down, take my hand, slap you back and forth across the face, couple dozen times, just for good measure. I'm going to rip your earrings out, stab them in your nose, take you by the hair, and then just drop you over a bridge. How's that sound? That got brutally gory and violent, even for me. That was a lot. That was a lot that came out of me. What just happened? I feel like I got possessed. But it's entirely possible that those finger marks belong to Tangaroa. After all, he wore gloves while preparing his creations. But can you prove conclusively that the finger marks are his? And also, if he was wearing gloves while making his creations, why were his fingerprints on the salt lamp? But also, why were they in the first place? Because he was wearing gloves. Anyways. Furthermore, there's still something about Miss Scone that doesn't add up. Is there? Or are you simply not prepared to admit defeat? Oh. Stop it, Greggy. Stop it, stop it. Why are you being so mean to your poor old pal Delicia? I owned up to nibbling poor semi-pooper sweeties. What more do you want? I don't want to have to make you a suspect. That much is certain. But you lied to us, and you're still not telling us everything. Greggy, stop it. Stop bullying me. I'm sorry, but you don't even know the temperature whipped cream should be kept at. What kind of professional confectioner doesn't know something as fundamental as that? I'm sorry, alright? I'm sorry, I'm just a silly, muddle-headed girl. What more do you want me to say? I don't think you're muddle-headed at all. I think that you were never a confectioner in the first place. Enough! All thank you to keep your baseless accusations to yourself. Evidence is everything in a courtroom, in case you've forgotten. If you're going to accuse a witness of perjury, then I demand that you present something to back it up. This isn't a courtroom, is it? Nevertheless, what proof do I have that Miss Scone doesn't know the first thing about making desserts? I mean, everything's fake.
Take that!
Every single one of Miss Scone's creations break the rules of the contest. The offending items, the cloth and the lamps, were duly confiscated, as we have established, and the witness did not go and bring them back to her room herself. But those weren't the only rule-breaking items in her room. What? The entire fantastical world Miss Scone created, every last bit of it. It's all just a collection of plastic models slathered in whipped cream. That cream is the only authentic confectionery in the room. No real world title contender would ever stoop so low. Is this true, Bad? Yep. Saw it with my own eyes, my own fingers, my own tongue. Stepped in it with my own shoes. When did you have a taste of the whipped cream? Hey, look, actually I just kind of dipped my lollipop in it and gave it a try. It's not bad, actually. A lollipop with whipped cream tastes pretty good. Did we finally convince him? If her lies exposed like this, surely you can't continue to deny it. Oh, clearly, once again, you've already admitted you've never met Manfred von Karma. Be prepared for, no, you won't. Miss Scone, your actions place you firmly on our list of suspects. But, no, dear, I'm no killer. Here's the thing, it's not even that you, the protagonist, forget that. It's that your opponents always try to use that against you. And it never fucking works. Evidence is everything. Never works. And sometimes they don't even have evidence. They spout their theories without having complete evidence either. They're hypocrites. All of them. Every single one of them. All the time. Then why don't you start telling us the truth? Who are you really, and why were you tampering with your rival's work? What? Alright. Alright. The truth is, I'm not the adorable little cook you see before you. I'm actually a pharmacist, if you can believe it. A pharmacist? I can't blame him for being so surprised. It's gonna be further from what we'd imagined. So what's somebody in your line of work doing entering a contest like this one? Well, I just love being sweet, you must know. And Sammy Poople sweets are the best, or so they say. I just had to enter. Well, I didn't mean to end up making it all the way to the final. Even Mr. Von Karma is lost for words. That's it. That's the only reason you're here. What's wrong with that? Yes, dear, and it was worth it. Some silly patent sweets. Sweeties are the best, tastiest treats I ever did eat. And the finger marks? Were you the one wearing the gloves? No. That wasn't me, dear. I don't even wear gloves. Remember, Miss Scone's fingerprints were found elsewhere on Mr. Tangaroa's other creations. I say that points to her not having worn any gloves. Exactly, Lambkin. Gregor Pegler's got the right end of the stick. I'm an innocent woman now. I feel like I would slip back into the Southern. I completely lost my English. %, that's how that works. Just goes, yes, but what if dragons do exist? What if dragons did exist and there was magic? What then, defense? I don't see how that has any bearing. Well, unfortunately, you have to prove that dragons don't exist. Actually, I can prove that dragons do exist. Or at least this thing that people made out to be with a dragon. Also, again. What's all this? I'm an innocent woman. Has your head filled with cream too? Sorry, mannequins. Her head may not be filled with cream, but she's certainly no master of subterfuge. Miss Scone, where Mr. Tangaroa's work's the only one you sampled. Oh no, dear, I couldn't help myself. When I finished my afternoon tea, I tiptoed over to Chili Wilkins' room for a little taste too. You were in the victim's room too? Yes, dear. Nobody was in there, you see. Quite possibly because the occupant was already dead. I could only stomach one little bite. I never tasted anything so salty in all my life. So I had myself one of the tasty star-shaped bits off to the side to cleanse my palate. Yeah, quite the sweet tooth, don't you? Yeah, quite the sweet tooth, don't you? Indeed. What didn't she sample? Oh, that's everything, I promise. Greggy Peggles, Mannequins, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make a mess of things. As long as what you told us is the truth, that's all that matters in the end. Do not think for a second that this means I myself believe you. I'm going to investigate the victim's room now. We'll see how truthful you've really been after I'm through. Mr. Von Karma, please let us accompany you. I think it's only fair that we are allowed to investigate the veracity of our conclusions. Accompany me if you like, but don't think for a second you'll be permitted to conduct your own investigation. We'd like to accompany you all the same. December 24th, 9 p.m. Contest venue, classroom. What is the meaning of this? Well, everything melted. There goes all the evidence. Oh, when we got to the frost room, we saw nada. It was all gone. The whole enchilada. Was this the work of the culprit? A dead body hidden in a chocolate chest. A murder weapon moved mysteriously to another room. This case was a real peach. It was going to take some serious sleuthing to get to the bottom of it all. To be continued immediately. After we save. Alright, back to it. Oh wait! Now we're back in the present! Okay, I guess maybe that was the halfway point? April 2nd, 10:15 a.m. Oh right, he doesn't carry the jacket. He probably still has it back at the office, but... Well, I'll be. Whoa, went deep down on that one. Sorry, Mazzarino. Didn't mean to bend your ear for so long. I had no idea that was how it all came about. I read the files, but they don't go anywhere near that level of detail. I'll bet they paint things in a much rosier light for the prosecution, too. Von Karma was the one in charge, after all. What happened with the case after that? Well, with what that sculpture's vanishing from the victim's room, things hit a bit of a rough patch. So rough, in fact, that it took a full year before they could even reach a verdict in the trial. A year? I was back before they brought in the whole initial trial thing. Have to finish up in double quick time like you do nowadays. I see. Did they ever find out how the victim's creations managed to just disappear? Well, they were sorbets or frozen desserts or whatever you like to call them. Ice, in other words. And if it's made of ice, it can melt, which is exactly what they concluded must have happened. But there's a chance that wasn't how things actually went down. What do you mean? So this place is a gallery these days, but back then it was Samson Tangaroa's place, yeah? Indeed, and the site of the IS-7 incident. Okay, so if it took a year for the trial to happen, that means Mr. Edwards did not die that night, or that day. He died a year later. Well, word is Frost's ice sculptures are suddenly back on display, 18 years after that fateful day. The very sculptures the victim made? Who knows? Could be they just modeled on the originals. But I figured it was worth coming down for a little look-see, just in case. Seemed like the least I could do for poor old Gregory. Well, alrighty then. Let's go take a look at those icy marbles, shall we, kiddo? I believe they're on display in the Winter Ring, as it's very snazzily known. So, Winter Wing. Huh? I don't believe it, it's locked. Gallery's open for biz, but the Winter Wonder Wing's off limit? Who gives? Fender, perhaps you should look more closely at the pamphlet we were given. The Winter Wing is over there. Why? But wait, isn't that freaky? Could have sworn it was this one. Yeah, cause isn't that Scone's plate? No, Scone was last. Was it? No. Now I don't remember. Spring, summer, winter, autumn. And what was it? It was Tangaroa, motherfucking Gusto, Was Frost next, or was Frost the last one in the line? And that was Scone, then Frost? Because I don't remember. Each room is kept at a specific temperature to reflect the season it represents. Why is Leo, Virgo, and Cancer in the spring? Isn't that summer? Well, no, actually, hold on. Brain work. March is the first day of spring, and that's also Capricorn, Aquarius. Hi, Biscuit. That's also when Aries begins. Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra. It's in order from autumn, winter, spring, summer. With the zodiacs, they're just not in the right ones, which is weird. Yep, Biscuit is now in my lap. Hi, Biscuit. Hi, baby. Hello, my darling, who I love so much. Anywho, shall we? Time to dive on and see what we should have seen 18 years ago. Who's the kid? Hello, kid, who's going to be important 10 seconds from now. And also, I don't know who those are on the left. Why do you look like Damask? You're dressed like Damask. You look familiar. Hi, Biscuit. Ugh, I see they're still keeping it chilly as all heck in these rooms. I'm about to turn into a popsicle stick. It is the winter wing, you know. But you're right, it's like a freezer in here. Could be a trick of the light, but it feels like the whole room is made of ice. The temperature control should be somewhere at the back there, if memory serves. Hey, Master, can you go peep the degree count? I'm thinking a complaint to the management is in order. There is such a thing as too cold, yeah? Alright, if you insist. Take your time, mosey around, taking the sights while you're at it. Now I've got a camera I need to prep for action. Feel like your pop might appreciate a picture of all this. I'll put it on his grave so you can have a gander. Of course. Hey, Biscuit, I'm playing with your foot. A boy wearing a backpack. What's he doing at an art gallery on his own? She wanted to run a gallery so bad she just quit the industry? I don't get it. I just don't get it. This boy know the owner of the gallery, perhaps? Zorino, of course. I'm assuming it's something I can help with. I was wondering, do you think we're allowed to take pics in here? Oh, you did a check? Well, I don't see any signs. We weren't told not to, so I suppose it's probably okay. Good, because even if it wasn't, I was planning to grab my shots anyway. Gregory always wanted to see the place, and what Gregory wants, Gregory gets. My father, what would he have noticed if he were here? Perhaps if he had the chance to see it, that trial might have... No, what's happened, happened. So how about this? I scream out, oh no, this must be worth that villain Damask. Yeah, and I go, that's me, the legendary Mask Damask. Yeah, and then, no, say that, and you'll be in cuts before you can blink, Ronnie. We gotta take this more seriously. Otherwise, how are we gonna get this market to sell? What exactly are these two plotting? Okay, so you are dressed as Mask Damask, exactly as I thought. Have no idea what they're doing. There's an enormous block of ice on display here. Some explanatory text engraved in it. Castor and Pollux. Every year in December, countless shooting stars can be seen emanating from this constellation. So then the mask needs to... Yeah, and then I wish these two would stop talking so loudly. It's difficult to concentrate. Never mind, I was going to take a look at some other exhibits. There are two large ice statues on display here. Guess these are remakes of Frost work from 18 years back. Real eye-catching stuff. Ice sculpture's a heck of an art form, huh? It is. These are the works my father never got to see. To think that I get to see them instead, so many years later. Sorry to butt in while you're in think hole, Master, but would you mind looking this way a sec? This way? Beautiful! Yeah, just like that. Fender, really? Say cheese! I think the kids are calling these selfies nowadays. Please don't do that again. I don't like having my picture taken. My bad, big guy, my bad. I had to check if this old thing was still working at all. Now that you mention it, still camera does look rather ancient. Yep, vintage model. You ever heard of an instant camera? It develops the picture right after you take the shot. Still twist my noggin trying to think of how it works. Oxygen. Straight up, oxygen. It has a bunch of chemicals, and then they fully react, and like light, and then oxygen. It's a whole thing. Don't worry about it. I don't know either. I know what an instant camera is, although I've never used one. Should've known, Mr. Know-It-All would know it all. You really are your father? Of course, from what I remember, Polaroids back then, their color quality was rather inaccurate. Not like, maybe that's not it. They weren't quite, they weren't like super saturated. They were a bit muted. Muted's the word I'm thinking of. That's the one. All right, step aside. I need to get some good shots of the room here. For all his joking, he looks very serious about the pictures he's taking. He must have his own theories about the IS-7 incident. Whew! I should have been a paparazzo. These are gold and they develop right away. Want to see? Wait a second, isn't that one of the salt lamps? Hold on a second. Well, unless you've already shoved one in my face. Alright, Brainiac, question. What do these two sculptures represent? That one's Capricorn, and that one's... No, Gemini is Castor and Pollux. This one's Libra? No, Libra would be the scales. I'm trying to think. It's not Aries, Taurus, Gemini's already taken, Cancer, Leo. Libra is the first one I can think of. Virgo. It could be Virgo, the maiden. Virgo's actually probably makes even more sense. They appear to represent Taurus and Gemini. Two constellations best observed during winter. Oh, that's right. That's right. We already know the answer to this. It was Taurus and Gemini. Okay. I just thought it wasn't Gemini because we already saw Gemini, but that's right. This room is specifically about Taurus and Gemini. Isn't that right, baby? Also, is that true? Or is that only true in Japan? Hold on. I'm curious now. I'm going to look this up. It's visible in the night sky from November until March. It is best viewed during January? What? Taurus is visible the entire night in late December, November, early December? Taurus can be seen October through March. What the fuck? But Taurus isn't until Capricorn, Pisces, Aries isn't usually until June. Taurus starts Taurus is in April to May. Right, I went too far ahead. Excuse me. Capricorn, Pisces, Aries, that was my mistake. I messed up. Yeah, April. From April 19th to May 20th. Fascinating. Now I'm really curious about why what specifically the Western Zodiac, why they start on the months that they do. Let's see here. And planets being astrologers know that these constellations. Oh, that's when the sun is that's when it's passing through the sun. Okay. Based on 12 through which the sun passes throughout the year. Okay, that's why you don't see it during the month that it happens, because it's where the sun is, and obviously you can't see it during the day when the sun's there. That makes sense. And also, you know, the slight shifting of time being incorrect and our calendars being weird, meaning that the constellations are ever shifting ever so slightly. Biscuit, hi baby, I love you. Calm down. Bingo! He shoots, he scores. Whew, you're a regular encyclopedia, master. I understand now. Guess that's why this is the Winter Wing, right? Because they have the Winter Star stuff on display here. Anyway, seeing as I'm the nicest old rogue on the block, this one's yours for keepsies. Ugh, thanks. Salt lamp, salt lamp, salt lamp. So the victim made these same Zodiac statues out of flavored ice for the contest 18 years ago. Sure did. Lovingly crafted, life-size desserts. I only ever saw the old ones in photos, though. But these are the spit of the originals. So this is what you wanted to show me. Yep, then Gregory wanted you to see him too. And I might not have had it in me to come here on my own. Sorry to drag you along. Not at all. I'm happy to be able to see where my father's final case unfolded. Good to hear you say so, Palio. Let's say we'd rather than a quick snap to commemorate this hot, warming occasion. Absolutely not. It's a statue of a rather ferocious-looking bull. Not a gaze one would want to be fixed with. But then, I was always taught to return a stare with a stare. Although, in this case, discretion might be the better part of valor. There's a huge block of ice. It must be incredibly heavy. No, maybe not. What with it being hollow on the inside. There's a constellation engraved onto the surface, along with some explanatory text. The Pleiades, known to some as Subaru, they form part of the larger constellation of Taurus. But why cram so many stars into one tiny part of a single constellation? I guess people in ancient times weren't hugely careful about such things. This lamp appears to be made of rock salt. It's illuminated the diagram of the zodiac just above it. Yes, both Gemini and Taurus are not only zodiac signs, but constellations that are visible during winter. Winter constellations on display in the Winter Ring. And ultimately, these statues are made of flavored ice. According to the pamphlet we received, the ones in the other rooms are made of crystal glass. Ice might be rather fitting for the Summer Wing too. Who doesn't like a nice snow cone on a sunny day? But then, it would probably be too similar to this room, I suppose. Offender, I can't seem to find the temperature controls you mentioned. Oh yeah, it's a little tricky if you don't know where it's at. Here, I'll have it open for you in a jiffy. Huh? Dang thing's locked. Makes sense, I guess. Wouldn't want the visitors cranking up the thermostat and melting the art. According to the pamphlet, the Winter Wing is kept at a constant 27 degrees. Hooey! That's colder than a snowman's cold bits. I'm gonna freeze to death in here. I'm sorry, what did you say? A snowman's cold bits? First of all, wouldn't that be in the entire snowman? Yep, but I'm talking specifically about the cold bits. Can we please stop talking about the snowman's bits? What, you never as a kid went and made some bits for the snowman? No. Well, then you didn't have a childhood. My father died when I was 8 years old. Okay, fair enough, moving on. Guess there's only one thing for it. Somebody's getting a snuggle. Hey, what's with the icy stare? You want me to freeze to death? No. No. Alrighty, I got the shots I wanted. So I'm screwed on over to another wing and see what's cooking. Might as well do the full tour while we're here. I suppose so. And there's been a murder! Oh, what was that? That came from the fountain room. Come on, let's go see what's up. Larry goddamn motherfucking Butts. Why are you here? And why is Gusto dead and also here? And why are you here, Larry Butts? Why? You're gonna be my Don't, for the love of God, no, not again. Hey, Biscuit, you want to take a wild guess as to who the defendant that we're about to be helping is? This motherfucker that can't get out of trouble? I think he's been arrested more times than Maya Fey at this point. We need a running tally. Who's been arrested for murder more times? Maya Fey or fucking Larry Butts? And I'm counting being suspected of murder in Miles Edgeworth investigation games as counting. Ow, Biscuit! No, naughty baby. You have sharp teeth. There's someone on the ground, and is that... Larry! What are you doing here? Actually, never mind that. What on earth is going on? Edgy! Oh, you should have seen it. It was awful. Just calm down and tell me why there's an unconscious man on the floor. I didn't do anything. He just fell down in front of me. Wait, I know this guy. Hey, look. Oh my god. What the fuck is she doing here? Scone! What are you doing here alongside what's-her-face? Is everything alright? Don't you know it's rude to make a racket in an art gallery, you naughty boys? Wait, the smell. He's still breathing, but I know these symptoms. It's not safe, Miles. We need to get everybody out of here. Everyone with me. There isn't a moment to lose. There's poison gas coming out of that room. What the fuck? What do you mean there's poison gas? Okay, Larry's not gonna be... Larry can't, for the life of him, even goddamn Larry motherfucking Butts cannot be accused of using poison gas, can he? How's the victim doing, Fender? Not good. He inhaled a lot of gas. He's still out, and sounds like it's pretty serious. But the paramedics said there was no sign of external injury, and that he was conscious before it happened. Anyway, he's alive, just barely. He's lucky we found him when we did. But like I said, he's not out of the woods yet. They put him in the medical room with a specialist. I have the hiccups. I see. I couldn't help noticing that it seemed like you knew him, Fender. Sure do. That was Carmelo Gusto. He was here back when the whole IS-7 thing went down. The confectioner! So he was here 18 years ago too. Any hoozles, this guy here seems like he's in rude health. Old pal of yours, Malorino? Yeah, something like that. I'm glad you're okay, Larry. Something like that? Are you serious, Edgy? Oh, you've known me since elementary school. Crush the guy's feelings, why don't you? Surprise! Hi, Maya. We have been surprised. Larry Butt's jump scare. I'm just gonna have to say it. Larry Butt's jump scare. Anyway, you know you're supposed to call me Lawrence Dunham when you're supposed to call me Lawrence Dunham when I'm dressed like this. So no more Larry, okay? Got it? This is Larry Butts. He's a bit of a troublemaker, but he's one of my only friends from back when we were little kids. The most tragic thing I think I could have ever said. Ever since he developed a passion for art, he's been trying to make it big as Lawrence Dunham. But new name or not, he's still the same old Larry. Oh, grade school buddies. I need to go tell Gregory about this. He'll be over the moon to hear you have a pal. He was always worried you never click with anybody. Hear that, Edgy? You're lucky to have a friend like me. I never knew I was the cause of such worries for my father. Never mind that now, Larry. What are you doing here? Laurice, Edgy. How many times do I have to tell you it's Laurice? What are you doing here? What's with the demon eyes? Alright, I'll talk. Just stop looking at me like that. Good. Now talk. How you want to know why I'm here? Why do you think? For my art, of course. Oh, and I'm coming on a date with Lulu soon, so I thought I'd better scope the place out. So, not actually for your art at all. Reese, my man, an artist and a romantic. You'll have to introduce me to this lady friend of yours. Oh, sure, it's nice to have somebody take an interest for once. Spare me, please. Just put me out of my misery. Or put them out of my misery. Either one works. Oh, by the way, Lauricio, did you notice anything when you found the victim? Nothing in particular. Oh, didn't you say you'd seen something awful? Oh, that! How the old guy, he just appeared and then splat, he was on the floor. Scared the life out of me. For once I had nothing to do with any of it. Don't look so proud, that's the least we should be able to hope for. Hi, Judy. Honored guest, I can only apologize for the trouble you've experienced. I'm Judy Bound, gallery manager. Another person from the IS-7 incident. Good to see you, Jude. Mr. Fender, it's always a pleasure. You look... I mean, it has been 18 years. You're like, what, 30... That puts you at 36 now? You look good. I like your hair. She was at the reception desk when we arrived, so she's the one in charge here. I can't believe you had to go through something so awful on our first day in business. Okay, hands up if you think Judy Bounds is the one who killed both Frost and now did the poison gas thing to potentially kill Gusto. Why? I don't fucking know. But she did it. Only one left is Scone, who is, you know, not a confectioner, and thus not her competition. It's not your fault. Oh wait, I guess I better introduce you guys. Judy, meet Miles Edgeworth, son of the late, great Gregory. Really? You're Mr. Edgeworth's son? Wow. Isn't this fabulous? That great man's son, isn't this fabulous? That great man's son here with us. 18 long years have passed, but now look, he's here at last. It's very lovely to meet you, Mr. Fine Attorney number 2. Judy, that was the bomb. I see you're in as good a voice as ever. Miles Edgeworth, prosecutor, it's a pleasure to meet you. Oh. You're a prosecutor? I'm so sorry. Forgive me for jumping to conclusions. She's very polite, but there's something strange about her. Hey, Judy, can I get an autograph? You can write in here. Well, if you're sure you'd even want such a thing. What do you want it, Larry? Rude! You know who she is, right? Come on, Miles, dear. You don't keep up with showbiz news or anything? I guess that's no big surprise. What's going on? Why are they looking at me like that? Judy, here's a living legend. It's not just TV. Movies, musicals, chart-topping hits, you name it. Oh, don't be silly. I'm just a humble art gallery owner now. I finally quit the biz for good. I finished shooting my last movie just the other day, in fact. Some of my co-stars were even kind enough to say that they would come visit me once we opened. Anyway, here you are, and good luck with your artistic endeavors. Thanks so much, Judy. I'll treasure it till my dying day. When I die in some horrible accident, and also it's probably not an accident, I'm probably gonna get a girl to stab me. Real good. Multiple times, in fact. Possibly several of them. All at once. Or maybe just like, it'll just happen enough times and they're all just gonna hit the same spot that, you know, eventually the doctor just can't heal it anymore. Why do you seem so proud about this? Well, you know, just being realistic. Well, at least you have some self-awareness. Some what? Self-awareness. Self what now? Awareness. Aware what? I'm gonna live forever. Didn't you just... never mind. You and me are peas in a pod, Maurice. Peas in a gosh dang pod. How lovely for you both. Larry, could you go practice your drawing somewhere or something? You did come all the way to an art gallery after all. It would be a shame to waste the opportunity. A real artist drawing our exhibits. What an art. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't get anything into his head at all. Guess what? Even you can have a bright idea once in a while, Edgy. Hi, Judy. Seeing as you were so nice about it, I guess I will. Be right back. Look, thank God he's a real live wire, that one. That's one way of putting it. I can only apologize. By the way, there was another woman with you before. Where's she now? You mean Delicia? Delicia Scone. She's in the medical room helping to care for Mr. Gusto. I call it the medical room. It's nothing quite so grand, of course. I couldn't stay with him as I'm the only one on staff, and I can't leave the gallery unattended for long. Delicia Stone. We've heard that name before, haven't we, Fender? Sure have. Sounds like our IS-7 bingo card is complete. Something tells me this isn't a coinkydink. Perhaps I could offer you gentlemen a cup of tea? A drop of the old Judy Bound special blend? Why not? For old time's sake. That would be lovely. Thank you. Clink, clink, clatter, clatter. Now, if you'll both excuse me, I'd better go and explain things to the other visitors. You go do your thing, Judes. Thanks again. Hey, a man was poisoned. Do you think maybe we should have the, you think maybe we should have the police down here and or start doing some investigating? It's aroma. Ceylon, I believe. Let's give it a try. This is a fine blend. A top quality Ceylon indeed. Citrus aroma. It's said to improve one's ability to concentrate, right? Your old man said those exact words 18 years ago. Really takes me back. There's just one difference. The Jews called the sauces back then. Not today, though, it seems. Anyway, don't you think this is all a little odd? Every single person from an 18-year-old case all assembled in the same place at the same time? Yes, it almost feels like an investigation is in order. Especially because there was a poisoning! Hey, Gummy.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir, you're all right! In case anyone forgot, this is how I, Detective Gumshoe, sound. It's very important that you never forget that I, Mr. Gumshoe, Detective Gumshoe, will always sound like the most important and amazing detective you ever heard in your life.
Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender! Oh, we heard you got caught up in a poison gas attack, so we came as fast as we could. Oh, if it isn't the cavalry. Come on, team, bring it in. No way! Besides, you're both doing just fine. Can we not get ourselves all worked up over nothing? Detective Gumshoe, what were you thinking bringing Kay with you?
Sorry, sir. I knew it was dangerous, one with the poison gas and all, but she wouldn't take no for an answer. I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran, but I just couldn't shake her off, even though I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran some more.
And what did you do after that?
Well, I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran, and then we sat down and we had some nice, chocolate treats. And then I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran, and then we were here.
When it comes to running away, the great thief right here is the world champ. And then run away. Don't chase the poor detective. Yes, Biscuit, how can I help you, sir?
Alright, sir, just say the word and I'll head in there and start investigating. And you guys stay here, that gas could still be dangerous. I've got a gas mask. Oh, hey, come, Edgeworth.
What?
Are you my mummy?
Have you been watching Doctor Who again?
Well, you see, no, well, yes, actually, I can only watch some of the old seasons, though, because it's the cheapest ones to get.
Alright.
I ran so far away.
We're counting on you, detective. Good luck in there, Dickie boy. No way! Gummy almost looked like a real detective. I'm so proud of him. The 32-year-old man. And the 17-year-old girl. Oh, right, she was 16. But he is a real detective. Not that we treat him like one. This is Edgeworth speaking.
Mr. Edgeworth! Looks like the gas is mostly dissipated, sir.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't fun. See, I also like that episode because of the everyone lives. Just this once, everyone lives. I do like that moment. It was the introduction of Jack Harkness, but also it had just it was also very memeable, and it had just a very sweet moment of everyone actually surviving. A very good detective. Now calm down and tell me what you see.
Yes, sir. First up, the exhibits. There's a statue of two people on the left side, and on the right, some kind of two-horned animal.
Wait, a statue of two people and a two-horned animal? Sounds familiar. In fact, it sounds identical to the display in the Winter Wing.
Other than that, the place is looking pretty damp. The sprinkler sprayed the place good. Must be what stopped the gas from spreading.
The sprinklers? Are there any signs of a fire?
No, sir, and the fire alarm hasn't been triggered either. Sprinklers look like the type that detect heat and smoke. When they detect something, they send an alarm, either fire or smoke, to the security room.
Why was there... Okay, now I have a question for Judy. Why the fuck does the autumn wing look exactly like the winter wing?
Because they read the gas as smoke and it triggered the smoke alarm that way.
And was anyone in the security room when that alarm went off?
This place only has one employee, and that's Judy Bound, the manager. And she was at the reception desk across from the security room the whole time since the gallery opened.
So she heard the alarm from across the way and turned on the sprinkler.
Yep. Soon as they can only be switched on manually, and only from there. Wouldn't want that art getting soaked for no good reason, I guess. What do you mean? How can you ever forget this voice, Monica? Also, hello, how you doing? This is just what he sounds like. This is just what Gumshoe has and always will sound like.
So the security setup is geared around protecting the exhibits. That makes sense in an art gallery, I guess.
Maybe you can check about the fires, try to get some stuff out first. Ugh, and one more thing, it's freezing in here. This isn't the autumn wing, it's the deep midwinter wing.
So the autumn wing is cold too?
I checked the temperature. It's 26.5 degrees in here, sir.
Why is the autumn wing being kept at the same temperature as the winter wing? This is a very interesting question.
That's about all I've got for now. I'll let you know if we find anything else, sir.
Understood. Thank you, Detective Gumshoe. Curiouser and curiouser. What did Gummy have to say? He said that the autumn wing is actually quite wintry. Huh? I don't get it. I'm wondering what it could mean myself, but it's a bit hard to tell from out here. We should try to get in there as soon as the police are done with their investigation. Amen to that. We need to see what the deal is for ourselves. Is there anybody else who might know something in the meantime? Oh yeah, there's one guy, Miles' best bud. His... what? You mean Phoenix Wright here? No, that's his husband. I'm talking about his best bud. Me? Ugh, if we have to. And I guess we have to. Hi, Biscuit. Hello, baby. Wait, that's... Yep, that it is, Kay. Kay, didn't expect to see you here. You're looking as fresh-faced as ever. Yeah, long time no see, Larry, right? Long time, it's been like 3 weeks. So here's the deal, Kay. I'm Maurice right now. You see, I'm also a bit of an artist. Ah, so it's your alias? I like it. Good to see you, Maurice. I always knew you were a nice, thoughtful kid. Unlike some people. Just give him the cold stare. I have some questions for you, Larry. What the? How am I a suspect? That's because I found the guy. It doesn't mean I did the crime. I never said you did. I just need you to tell us what you saw. You said you saw something awful. How so, exactly? Look, I didn't see anything. I didn't do anything, okay? I don't think I did anyway. Whoa, Chief, you don't sound too sure of yourself at the end there. There's something you should know about him, Fender. When something smells, it's usually the butts. We've been saying that about Larry for 26 years now. His ability to attract trouble is legendary, for want of a better word. His ability to cause trouble, too. I suppose I better find out what he did this time. Larry! Oh god, is it mind chest time? We haven't done that in a bit. Our aim is to gather anything that Larry might be hiding. However, I didn't see anything, I didn't do anything, and you can't prove otherwise. It's almost impossible for him to keep us cool. I'll need to bide my time when he gets agitated and wait for him to calm down. Biscuit, come here. Let's start by asking him to go into detail what he's doing here. This shouldn't prove to be too much of a challenge, so let's get this over with. Mind chess, commence! Why exactly did you come to the gallery today? What kind of question is that? What, you think I don't belong in a gallery or something? Hey, if you're gonna ignore me, then I'm gonna paint your portrait. And when I'm done, I'll scribble all over it! I'm joking, okay? I never scribble on one of my pieces. Hold on. I need to get Biscuit. Biscuit? You're not supposed to be there. Hi, baby. Is this what you want? Do you just enjoy this blanket? Is that all? Hi, baby. He's fine. I think he likes this paint. Biscuit, be careful. Okay, here, let me readjust this for you. There we go. He's good.
How could I? They're valuable artworks.
According to you, perhaps, I imagine I might struggle to agree.
Oh, laugh it up, funny guy. Lucky some people actually believe in my work. She's called Lulu, okay? And she has my picture of masterpieces. So if she likes something, I'll draw it for her. Anything at all.
And where is this Lulu? How come you're here alone?
What, a guy can't be apart from his girlfriend for 1 second? I have my own life too, you know. Fine. Lulu says she's a Gemini, okay? So I thought I could do a sketch of the statue to show her on our date.
And I expect you're pretty proud of the sketch.
Not so much this time, actually. But, you know, it being her sign and all, I just thought maybe she might kind of like it.
How very likely to try to tell me nothing and give so much away in the process. So to summarize, you came here today to draw a sketch of the Gemini statue for your girlfriend Lulu.
What? How did you figure all that out?
From your incessant prattling, you just can't help yourself, can you?
Fine, then I won't say another word.
Larry wants to keep his mouth shut now, but I'll have my answers one way or another. Let's ask him what he did after he arrived here. We'll soon see what he's hiding. It's just a matter of time. Alright, tell me what you did once you arrived here.
What's the big idea? Why are you staring at me like that? I don't remember. I didn't have a pamphlet, so I didn't know what was that where. I just kind of hung around by the fountain. What gives, Edgy? I don't have anything to ask. Let me get back to my sketching.
Really? I need to study my opponent's reactions and pick my response accordingly.
Pet the baby. Pet the baby.
You didn't receive a pamphlet when you paid your entrance fee at the reception desk.
Huh? Hey, you mean entry isn't... It's not free to get in here?
You mean to tell me that you entered without paying?
I'm sorry, okay? It wasn't deliberate. There wasn't anybody at the reception desk at all. So I thought entry must be free.
You're saying Miss Bound wasn't at the reception desk at the time?
Yeah, but it looked like there was maybe somebody in the little room opposite.
Interesting. According to Detective Gumshoe, Miss Bound had to enter the security room to activate the sprinkler system. I expect she wasn't at the reception desk because she was busy responding to the incident.
And right as she finally got the place open for business, too. Or Judy. Oh, Winter Wing, the gallery's greatest attraction, and it's gonna be ruined now.
You say you don't have a pamphlet, and yet you seem to know all about the Winter Wing. For example, that the Gemini statue you came here to draw just so happens to be in said room. Therefore, it was your intention to visit the Winter Wing all along, wasn't it?
How did you get me again? Fine, you're right. I came here for the Gemini statue. And yeah, I came here to visit the Winter Wing. I won't deny it.
He's not one to confess so easily. Then again, he's always managed to surprise me in unusual ways. Let's see what more he can tell us. I expect even Larry has found his feet a little by now. I'll have to watch his reactions more carefully, and see what information I can glean from him. Larry, be honest. Did you enter the Winter Wing?
What is that? Is that suspicion I see in your eyes? I tried to get in there, sure, but...
You tried to get in, but you couldn't.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to get in there, but that old guy came out and fell to the ground, and like I said, it was all pretty shocking.
So you were unable to enter the Winter Wing because the victim emerged and collapsed in front of you?
Yeah, he came out of the Winter Wing door, and then down he went.
But wasn't it the Autumn Wing the victim came out of?
If that stupid poison gas thing had never happened, I'd be in there happily sketching away right now.
Larry seems to have the Autumn and Winter Wings mixed up. Regardless, it seems his aim really was to make a sketch of one of those statues. This could be a useful clue. What did you see in the Winter Wing, Larry?
You don't let up, do you? I told you I didn't see anything. Others are nice and all, but I kind of changed my mind once I got here. I got to go meet my girlfriend instead.
I think it's time to deploy my clue. Didn't you say you came here to make a sketch of one of the statues for your girlfriend? You gave up on that so easily, didn't you? Surely you saw something, even if you were distracted by the victim's collapse.
Well, I didn't not see something. Oh, that doesn't prove that I did see something totally terrifying either, does it?
Really, Larry, you could at least try to make this a little harder for me. I put it to you, Larry Butt, that you did in fact see something totally terrifying.
Hey! How do you know it, Edgy? Are you some kind of mind reader? Fine, I guess there's no point trying to keep it a secret any longer.
Ah, Larry. I'm not sure there's much point in you trying to keep any secrets, given your track record. It wasn't exactly the most edifying use of my time, but that's checkmate.
You know, I've never played chess before.
Why does this not surprise me?
I couldn't help staring at the Gemini statue. My eyes were drawn to it.
You keep talking about a Gemini statue, but there's no way you saw what you think you saw. It's simply not possible.
What do you mean? Do you think I saw a ghost statue or something?
Larry's still laboring under the misconception that he was looking at the winter wing. This piece of evidence was really... Yeah, the autumn wing should have been those guys, but it wasn't.
Take that!
I'll take a look at this pamphlet. The autumn wing features sculptures depicting a Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries. Not only that, but I've seen the statue depicting Gemini in the winter wing for myself. Which means that whatever you saw, it can't have been a statue of Gemini.
Yes, that makes sense.
Why is he not more surprised by that?
It did seem pretty weird now I think about it. One of the two people did look like a goddess. So the other stuff, I guess that wasn't my imagination either.
Other stuff?
You're interested in too, aren't you, Edgy? Great! Let me show you.
Show me what, exactly?
I drew a picture of it all. Got the whole scene down exactly as I saw it. But I'm still not confident in my work, so, well,
I want to see.
Really? Alright, here. It's gonna look like shit.
What the hell? Never mind. A, that's actually a really good drawing. And B, why is there blood coming out of her eyes? Also, that's not Gemini, that's Pisces, maybe? Yeah, because if this is Gemini, then this must be Pisces. Because Pisces is the twin fish. What on earth? That's grotesque! You're trying to tell me that statue was crying tears of blood? I have to say, Maurice, it's pretty scary.
Right? Because it was scary. It was supposed to be a statue of Gemini, but ended up and turned into a goddess right before my eyes. It freaked me out so bad I screamed out loud.
So he wasn't reacting to the victim collapsing in front of him after all. Really? That's the thing that got you to scream? Wait, when you say it turned into a goddess, what do you mean?
What do you mean what I mean? The bottom half was suddenly a fish, that's what I mean.
A goddess with a fishy bottom half? That sounds like Pisces to me. I heard it's all based on the legend of a goddess and her son turning into fish to escape some baddie.
Wow, really? I thought Pisces was just two plain old fish. Edgy, you think the statue's cursed? I mean, tears of blood turning into a fish? That's some pretty cursed stuff right there.
Don't be a fool. I imagine you simply mistook one statue for the other. Oh, look at you, tucking it carefully into your organizer. I simply thought I might have a use for it later. Maybe in the bathroom.
You're the worst, Edgy, the worst!
Kinda freaky-dicky though, huh? A statue with a bottom half that changes shape? I'm pretty keen to find out what went down in the autumn wing, aren't you? I suppose I am, yes. Could there be some kind of trick to the Pisces statues, perhaps? Yes, Nejo is speaking.
I'm just about done in here, sir. There's no danger from the gas anymore. You can come in now.
Thanks. Good work, detective. Come on, everyone, into the room that was previously filled with poison gas. Good detective sure has impeccable timing. Come on, let's go take a look. I want to see the Pisces statue.
You're going in there, Kay? Maybe I should come along too.
Did you really think I was going to leave you out there on your own? I know better than that. Alright, everyone, to the autumn wing. Yeah, the sheet. What happened definitely was that the sheet fell off. Because if you look here, the sheet on Gemini and the sheet on and the clouds on Taurus there look very similar to the sheet on Capricorn, and there could have been a sheet on Pisces as well that would have hid the tails. Here we are at last, and it really does look a lot like the Winter Wing.
Glad you can make it. Oh, hey there. You're, Harry, was it? Good to see you, Harry.
No! For the last time, the name is Maurice Duxnem. Detective, your report, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. Okay, so first off, I found a blowtorch. The nozzle was still warm when I found it, so I guess it was used pretty recently.
Was somebody using it to heat something? Was the stepladder already like that when you entered?
I think it's just a regular ladder, sir.
We are not having this conversation.
Yeah, guess it was used by whoever let out the gas. The gas was inside the case until someone opened the lid.
Is that so? Interesting. Fascinating indeed. The Pisces statue.
Huh? You're sure up on your constellation, sir. You know what the one in the other case is, too?
This is the Autumn Wing, so I imagine it should be Capricorn. Half goat, half fish.
Guess there's no fooling you, sir. I thought it was supposed to be Taurus. That weird cloth that dropped around, it kind of tripped me up.
The luminous cloth! Isn't that a piece of luminous cloth from way back when? What's that doing here? Now we have evidence from the IS-7 incident too.
Taking a look around. It seems there's a piece of luminous cloth on each of the other cases.
Yeah, and that just makes me want to see what's hiding underneath real bad.
Sure, let me whip them all right off for you. Whip, whip, whoop.
Wow, they're beautiful. That's Aquarius, the water bearer, and that's Aries, the ram. So the transformation Larry witnessed could have been the moment when the cloth around the Pisces statue's lower half fell away. See, Edgy, see? I wasn't imagining things, and I wasn't mistaken. Listen, Master, I think we can all agree this room is fishier than a bucket of fish. My hunch is that somebody deliberately tried to make this room look just like the Winter Wing. Yes, I was thinking exactly the same thing. They even covered the statues up in such a way as to make them look similar. With a cloth over the bottom half, the Pisces and Gemini statues look almost the same. Ditto for Capricorn. Cover his bottom half up and he looks pretty much like Taurus. The other two can't be fixed as easily, so covering their cases up completely was the only answer. So somebody went to some lengths to disguise the Autumn Wing as the Winter Wing. I'd say we need to take a closer look at things in here, wouldn't you, Fender? Oh no! Oh no! They're here! Okay, and here's where they accuse Larry Butts, which is stupid as hell. Mr. Winner, and Judge Cavell. Oh no. What the heck are you guys doing here? You're the last thing I need. This is my Sammy here. Mr. Edgeworth, it seems I failed on my duty yet again. I pray one day to make you see that your presence is not required at every crime scene. And that co-opting the good detective for your own ends is neither right nor good. I will have to give serious consideration as to how the goddess of justice would have me judge you.
You got it all wrong! It was me who asked Mr. Edgeworth to help, not the other way around!
It was. Well then, you know what that means, Detective Flatfoot.
Oh, you mean...
Exactly, your, salary check is taking a hit. But you're looking forward to payday now. Always wanted to say that.
Man, getting a wage cut from you of all people?
Not so fast, Mr. Winner. I was simply assisting with the police investigation as a witness and bystander. Detective Gumshoe is entirely in the right. Oh, he is, huh? So you're saying I should give him a bonus instead? That's not what I'm saying at all.
Hey, I wouldn't mind a little salary bump.
Her compassion and generosity are truly heartwarming, Eustace. You are leading him on. Like, you are purposely just complimenting him to make him your stooge, right? There's no way you don't see that he's a complete and absolute buffoon. You're playing him. I know you are. but we must take into account past transgressions questioned when making judgments that concern the future. And I hereby judge Mr. Edward and his associates unfit to tread the hallowed ground of this. You don't have. Oh, wait. Actually, she's a judge. Technically, the judge does have that authority. If you don't get a warrant, the judge can say, no, you don't get the warrant. What? We only just got here. And the goddess of justice has conferred her blessings on Eustace and Eustace alone. Okay, are you just... I have so many... I hate you. I hate you? I hate you. I don't like you. Eustace sucks, but he doesn't know that he sucks. You know that he sucks. You are smart enough to know that he's a fucking moron, and that everything you're saying is at least half bullshit. By what you mean, this is Mr. Winner's case. That's exactly what she means. It's time for the warm-up act to get off the stage. After all, I solved this one already. I have a suspect lined up and everything. Don't you dare. Don't do it. Please don't tell me it's who I think it is.
What did you say? A suspect? Already? Who?
Who else but your artist friend over there? God damn it. Huh? Me? Me? What's going on, Edgy? Your guess is as good as mine. I can't even begin to imagine how the boy's mind works. Unsurprising that you lack the attitude to understand the winning mindset. I'm so glad that you die, retire, quit, are fired, and that we never see you again? Retconned out of existence? I don't know. Lack the attitude. Something tells me he doesn't know the real winning turn of phrase. Well put, Eustace. Mr. Edgeworth does indeed lack a certain aptitude. Yeah, exactly. Where's your aptitude, smart guy? Wow, he's totally shameless and stupid. Edgeworth has been a prosecutor for like, what, 7 years now? And he's been a prosecutor for, what, 10 minutes? If that? Underestimate my information gathering skills at your own peril. Before we came here, we dropped by the medical room to ask the doctor there a few questions, and he told me where the poison gas came from. And what might that have been? It was, it's this chemical you find everywhere. Can't think of the name just now, though. Oh, wait there a second. Let me just call him real quick. Judge Cavell, are you sure that he's qualified for any of this? Perhaps I can answer your question while Eustace is on the telephone. Why are they to make the call if you know the answer? The gas was created by mixing two specific chemicals, ubiquinum and asphyxium. What kind of chemicals are they? Ubiquinum is a red liquid used in all manner of everyday products, paint and dishwashing liquids, among various others. On its own, it is entirely benign, so it's something anyone can get their hands on. Precisely, but the same cannot be said for asphyxium. That does sound nasty. What's it used for? It is the main ingredient in a product called Infesticide Ultra. It is pure white in color and is unavailable to the average consumer. In fact, it is nigh impossible for members of the public to obtain it here in this country. As such, we are currently investigating where it might have come from. So what the fuck does this have to do with goddamn Larry? I'm back and I know the name of the chemical now. Don't waste your breath. Judge Cavell informed us already. Oh, great. They'll make this quicker then. So the source of the gas, ubiquinum, is used in paint and stuff, right? And there was somebody here at the gallery today who brought paints with them. Your friend, the artist. You can't accuse me just because of that! Objection to the paint on that palette in your hand. Edgy? This kid okay? He seems a little... Indeed, I haven't known him long, but he's a little prone to jumping to the wrong... Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I never thought I'd ever say. If Larry goddamn motherfucking Butts is calling you out for your stupidity and insanity, you have a real goddamn problem. If Larry Butts is calling you out, you know it's legit. Hey, quit talking to me about me like I'm not even here. Ignore them, Eustace. They're simply intimidated by you. Nothing. Why do you lie to the boy? Why not give them yet another reason to fear you, with one of your winning to die? Also, again, anyone can get their hands on that, and also, what about the other thing?
Yeah, good idea. I'll get a load of this, losers. I want to kick him in the ass so hard that he goes concave and he can't sit anymore. Like, I don't want him to die because it's much funnier this way. Isn't that right, Biscuit? It's much funnier if he has a concave butt. Yes, I know that mine is... What, are you saying I don't have any place to talk? Rude, Biscuit, rude. Our friend, the artist here, won the race to find the victim and was first on the scene, correct? And the gas the victim was poisoned with is made from ubiquium, which, as we know, is found in paint. He was carrying paint on his person, and he was one winning stride away from the victim, which surely makes him the winner on our list of suspects. Right, Cavell? You think so too, right? It is a possibility, and that certainly can't be discounted. Well, would the artist like to share his version of events? Did you leave red paint at the scene of the crime? Or something more sinister? The catalyst for a cloud of toxic gas, perhaps? I think I might have left my heart there, you know? As you might have picked it. Aren't you dating someone? I would be careful with what you say to me. My gavel is already primed to deliver a guilty verdict. Ignore him, please, Your Honor. It's for the best.
Objection!
Quit stalling! You can't run away from the fact that my reasoning is flawless. I don't think I could be a lawyer. Like, I already can't be a lawyer. I couldn't be anyone who has any connection to the law whatsoever, an ace attorney, because I would end up being the murderer. Of who, you ask? These fucking people. People like him. I was like, no, there's no saving you. I'm sorry. Well, you're 17. How about I just put you out of commission for a while? How about a good knock on the head? I want to Hank Hill. No, I want to do worse than what Hank Hill has. Worse than what Hank Hill has. So admit defeat and crawl on out of here with your tails between your legs because I win. I have better things to do than pick holes in your faulty logic. But I don't suppose I have much choice. For better or for worse, mainly for worse, Larry here is one of my friends. One of my few and only friends. So I have no choice but to kick your ass.
Hold it!
I'll be the first to admit he's something of a suspicious character.
Objection!
First to admit? You're trying to beat me to it? But you can't because I'm the winner! I'm the first rate! Always! Huh? I'm a first-rate artist, you say? Larry, I don't need you to make this any more convoluted than it already is. You at least have half a brain cell. This boy has a quarter of one. Please, Mr. Winner, just continue.
Hold it!
We do indeed. It seems it's found in a number of everyday products. Right, which makes your friend's paint pretty darn suspicious. But isn't it also found in a bunch of other stuff too? She has a winning point, I guess. Right, Cavell? I suppose she does. As I said, ubiquitin was also found in dishwashing liquids, among other things. In other words, paint isn't the only possible explanation. No, but just listen to the rest of my amazing deduction.
Hold it!
It's by no means certain that paint was the source of the poison gas. Ha! Well, it's by no means certain that it wasn't either. There, guilty! I hate you. I hate you so much. Was that supposed to sound clever? Copying Mr. Edgeworth's speaking style isn't a shortcut to looking cool, you know. Make it sound as if you think there's something wrong with how I speak. Anyway, to bring it all home, my winning deduction shows he had pain and he was closest to the victim. Which surely makes him the winner on our list of suspects.
Hold it!
Well, that's really all you're basing your suspicion of Mr. Butts on. What, you have a problem with that? Then show me some proof, loser. Put up or shut up. I have been a prosecutor for 7 years. He's literally asking for it, Mr. Edgeworth. It is, so let's find the right piece of evidence and really give it to him. Will this be our evidence? We have the gallery pamphlet. The wintering photo. The poison gas ingredients, but what about the asphyxiant? The luminous cloth.
Let's take a look at this, see if there's anything interesting. Whoops. The dark shade of blue, being around such a calming color from time to time, just might do me some good. Jeez Louise, Mazarino, talk about corny. You can fill an extra large bucket by yourself. That's rich coming from you, Finda. Is there nothing of import on this thing? Oh, the colors. There must be the switches that change the color of the claw. Let's see if they work. Well, the claw has certainly changed color. It's glowing with a pale blue hue. And according to Detective Gumshoe, this is what it looked like when it's still draped over the statue. Indeed. But what does that have to do with the case? What is our evidence? We know that Mr. Winner isn't much of a listener, and we all know that his reasoning is likely to be based on a flawed assumption. Yet he even phoned the other guy and he still got it wrong somehow. Let's get this over with as quick as we can. It's a waste of all of our time.
Objection!
Idiot, there's also another ingredient. Okay, good, I was right. Your deductions are anything but winning, I'm afraid. Unless you're looking to win a prize for incoherence. So you agree that I deserve a prize? What you deserve is to be set right. The gas came from within the case containing the sculpture of Pisces. It did, and it was created by the artist guy. With the red paint we know is full of ubiquium. It's called ubiquium because it's ubiquitous. Allow me to offer you a bit of advice, one prosecutor to another. It always helps to listen carefully to others. The gas is created when ubiquium is mixed with another substance, asphyxium. Paint containing ubiquium alone wouldn't create any kind of gas at all. Look! It wouldn't? They said the guy was asphyxiated with ubiquium. So you're telling me this was based on a mishearing of the forensics report? The gas had already done its work by the time Mr. Butch found the victim. Perhaps it's your own aptitude you should be worrying about. My aptitude? What does that even mean? You literally used the word 5 minutes ago! It means one abilities, or how suited one is to a particular task, Eustace. And attitude, the other word you misused only minutes ago as well, is another thing entirely. I get what you're doing. You're making fun of it. Yes, I am. But also, I'm just trying to tell you straight. I am giving you advice that clearly your teachers and your parents and Judge Cavell have not given you. What I'm doing is demonstrating that you do not have the aptitude required to head up this or literally any investigation. Before you go any further, you might wish to consider some of the flaws in your own statements. And what flaws might those be? Firstly, they cannot prove your artist friend did not enter the Autumn Wing. And secondly, that you cannot prove the red paint did not have something to do with the crime. But the paint isn't important on its own, surely. What's important is the combination of the red ubiquium with white asphyxium. How exactly were the two substances introduced to one another? Surely we need to figure that out before anything else. Indeed we do. And that is what Eustace will be investigating next. Or what he would already be investigating had you not been making needless trouble. I hate you. I hate you. Disbar me if you want. I don't give a shit. I'll do something. We are not here to make trouble. Quite the opposite, in fact. We are here to help. Are you saying you know how the gas was made? I don't believe you. I can certainly point you toward a vital clue as to how it was done. He's bluffing, Eustace. Ignore him. It's fine, Cavell. He's clearly lying. Might as well let him talk himself even further into a corner. Why? I have so many questions. Is she just insane? Like, are you insane or are you just manipulative as hell? Or are you both? Ignore him. He's an idiot. He's a stooge. Winner, Eustace here, sucks ass. He couldn't detect his way out of his paper bag. Ignore him. You, Judge Cavell, you know this. You're either insane to think that he's legit, or you're doing this on purpose. I know I've already said this. I will continue to say this, because I'm losing my mind talking to you. Like, at least all the other prosecutors, at least all of my enemies in previous games, and other Ace Attorney games, are like, they're doing a good job. At least they're doing it themselves. Like, I'm facing, like, this game is like, hey, your enemy is Eustace Winner, and here's Judge Gavelle to back him up. Whereas where the real enemy should be Judge Gavelle, and where in every other game it's the Judge Gavelle. There is no Eustace Winner. That's just Detective Gumshoe. Come on then, show me what you got.
Take that!
You're saying this somehow shows us how the chemicals were mixed to make the poison gas? That's exactly what I'm saying, yes. Thank you for noticing. Well, they do say I have a good eye. The red tea is Mr. Buttsole, and that was the ubiquium. What? Wait a second! You're saying this statue cried this stuff out? What, so our culprit is some kind of evil spirit? How much time am I going to have to waste taking them through this step by step? The red tears alone would not have been enough to create the gas. They must have mixed with something else inside that case. What? And what evidence do you have that that's what happened? The evidence is right there in the sketch I just showed you. The little pink stuff in the bottom left.
Take that!
Observe the pool of pink liquid beneath the Pisces statue's glass case. This clearly shows that the two chemicals mixed. Oh, wait! I don't get it. How does this prove that some ubiquium mixed with some asphyxian? We have an artist with us. Why don't we ask him? Larry, you claim to be something of a painter. I imagine you have some experience mixing colors. What happens when you mix red with white? Don't treat me like a dumb Edgy! I didn't graduate from junior high. I did graduate from junior high, you know. Any idiot knows that red and white make pink. I mean, there's variations. You got your rose pinks and your baby pinks. That'll be more than enough, thank you. Do you see what I'm getting at now, Mr. Winner? Oh, I think I do. Ubiquium is red, asphyxian is white. Mix the two together and you get pink. That's what the pink liquid is. Yes, very good. We got there in the end. Yes. Interesting. I think you're finally convinced him. Mr. Edgeworth, you have raised a possibility, nothing more. That's literally all you've been doing, is talking I hate you, hypocrite. I hate the hypocrite. The hypocrisy, more than anything, is the thing that constantly kills me in these games. And besides, the sketch you are attempting to enter as evidence was drawn by a suspect. How can we possibly hope to rely on its veracity? Hey, I drew everything exactly as I saw it. A true artist never lies or embellishes the truth. Forgive me, but I did not ask for your opinion. Oof, she's a cold one, but I like it. You have a girlfriend. See, this is why you don't do well with women. You may rest assured, Your Honor, that I mean to prove my theory to all of our satisfaction. It may not be wise to jeopardize your position any further. Literally, Gavelle, I don't know if you remember this. Like, literally just a couple days ago, we went through this. We went through all this shit. You threatened my badge over and over and over again, and I kept challenging you, and I fucking won. Especially as there is another question as to which you have yet to provide a satisfactory answer. How can you prove that this man did not enter the Autumn Wing? Until you are able to, there is little more to discuss. Wait, maybe the victim could help us out with that. Mr. Gusso, he is still unconscious and in critical condition. He is? Oh. Now, if you don't mind, Eustace needs to carry out his own investigation of the area. If you'd be so kind as to leave him in peace. Who now? Hold it! Larry. For the presiding judge's sake, I pray to the goddess that you need not ever be summoned to testify. Too late. Far too late for that. You are way late. Now then, is there something you wish to say? Mr. Artist? Maybe you could just hold the pose for a moment there, Miss Ice Queen? I am Justice Verity Gavelle, and I would be grateful if you would dispense with the childish epithets. Oh, finally she tells me her name. Nice to meet you, Verity. Name's Laurice Doxnam, but you can call me Laurice. If you could stop wasting the court's time, Mr. Doxnam. Oh yeah, sorry, there's something I forgot to mention. The door was locked. I tried to open it and then the old guy came tumbling out. It does appear that the door can be unlocked from the inside. However, that does not necessarily mean that it was locked at the time as you claim. I can prove that it was. Without proof, your statement carries little weight, I'm afraid.
Objection!
Fender? Well, as it happens, I can back our pal here up on that. Yep, we tried to come in here too, but it's just like the guy said, it was locked up tight. Ain't that so, Miles Reno? It is. I distinctly remember how it went. You tried to go to the winter wing, accidentally tried to go into the autumn wing, but the door was locked. Prior to the incident with the gas, it was not possible to enter the room from the outside. And what is to say your suspicious friend was not in here with the victim the entire time? The fact that he didn't suffer the ill effects of the gas. Judging from the gas mask, if you like, I doubt you'll find one. I see. Then I suppose we'll have to take you at your collective word. That was a little too easy. Well, Judge Cavell, do you accept that Mr. Butts is no longer a viable suspect, and that once again, Mr. Winter's deduction have fallen short of the mark? What are you talking about? I just need some more information, that's all. You can't blame a guy for being a little hasty with his deductions. Yes, I can! Investigation first, suspect later. You know, it's not cool for a prosecutor to be saying stuff like that, right? Very well. Perhaps you should call our next suspect. Mr. Duxton, you may step down from the stand. Huh? Go, you mean? I was enjoying our time together, Verity. Let me stick around, please. Overruled. Show no mercy. Squash my heart into a goopy mush. I love it. Who exactly is this next suspect? The pharmacist, Delicious Scone. Your artist friend may have struggled to lay his hands on a battle of Infesticide Ultra, but someone in her line of work would surely have a better idea of where such a thing might be acquired. I mean, see, now I know she's the red herring. Now I know she's the red herring and it was Judy Bound all along. Her career really fucking took off after Samson got arrested and tried for murder. The court hereby calls for a 10-minute recess. Eustace, we will go and fetch the suspect. Your winning smile will bring her running, I'm sure. My winning? Of course, Cavell. Let's go get her at once. Hey, Detective Flatfoot, you carry on investigating while I'm gone, okay? Sure. Okay. Is it possible? Could Judge Cavell have suspected Miss Scone from the start? Now that you mention it, she wasn't helping Mr. Winter like she usually does, huh? What exactly is your angle here, Judge Cavell? To be continued. And for once, we hit a to be continued at the perfect time to actually stop. We've been going for almost 3 hours, just about. So I think that's a great place to end it. We're going to call it right there, and I'm going to say thank you all so much for joining me and hanging out while I get mad at the legal system. In a video game. And maybe real life. But that's all we have for today. We'll be back Saturday for more Digimon. Sunday for... Yes, we're still playing Sly 4. Let's see if there's anyone to raid, or if we're just gonna call it. Let's go to... Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba. Nope, I guess we're just gonna call it. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'll see you back here in a few days. Have a great rest of your night. Get some food, get some water, rest up, all that good stuff. And I'm gonna go make some food. I'm hungry. Night, y'all.